Hey guys, B-Man here. Welcome to today's stream. Today we got an awesome one for you guys. I'm getting into multiplayer and I'm going to cover some of the multiplayer glitches for you guys. A lot of people have been asking me to get in and show you guys how to use dupes and stuff like that over in multiplayer. But while we're here, I'm also going to show a new camo swap way to camo swap for people without broken accounts. So like you see here, we've got this gun right here, and check this out. We just go along and we can come along, and I've got the camos on these guns over here, right? So Nebula, I want Nebula on this gun. Now we come along to here and say I want to have a different camo on this gun now, dark matter onto this gun. We come along to here and we'll die out because our loadout's got to change. Hey, the Tech Master, welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. How are you? See, and now we've got dark matter on this gun, just like that, and it can camo swap over. Now this account is a broken account, but it's not being used as the broken account, so it's not at this limit, so it can't camo swap and stuff. This is so people can use this same method to be able to camo swap on non-broken accounts. So as you see here, now I've got Nebula on this gun, and I'm actually selecting a sniper rifle, but I'm camo swapping and stuff. And I can run the camos and all sorts, but you can use this to also blueprint swap. So now, if I'm to go along here, and now I'm to say select new build, it will create a new build, and it will actually create it and save it as a base blueprint like these ones here. So if I create this here, I get this gun, but then it actually creates this because it's not a broken account where it can't create blueprints. So now it's just pulled this blueprint, but it's also at the same time created it as one here that I can just equip later on, which is pretty broken. So now we've got this, so we can pull, and this account, as you guys seen, it's creating blueprints, so it's not the broken account camo swap where you're just using the broken account to camo swap. So it's just a new way of doing it. Now I've just figured this one out while I was trying to figure out making the mastery camos work, right? So like the ones that, because people that are doing the dupes over, right, they wipe out of your account here, out of the classes here, but you can still use them in game and stuff like that. You just don't equip them into this part here. Are you able to do the camo swap in Warzone? I can't play Warzone. It's dead on my servers. Literally, I'll spend half an hour looking for a match and I won't find one. So I don't even touch it. I can't work with it. I can't answer your questions in Warzone because I can't find matches in it. So I guess in the US, you guys can still play Warzone, but over here and on my servers, I can never find a match. Hey, Chabs. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. So, like, see, as you guys see here, I'm able to pull blueprints and everything. Now, I don't know where I need to start with this because it's so much involved that it's hard to know. Everyone's going to be at different situations, so I guess it's just going to be a matter of bear with me and see what I'm doing. I might get around to making full-on tutorials of this stuff as the new season drops, because I doubt that the stuff's going to get patched. But as of right now, I'm going to be teaching the stuff as through the stream instead of a video. So people that catch the stream will be able to know how to do this before I make it into a full-on explanation tutorials maybe next season. But at this point, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain it through this stream here. So we'll be doing duplicating over onto this. I've got an efficient way to be able to dupe over, because what you want to do for this is you want to dupe over camos that you don't have unlocked. So say here, I've duped over to here from my main to this one, all these camos over onto this gun here, and I'm going to show you how I've done this. Really simple, really easy. And then because I've got these camos here, which can't be equipped, when you're in game and you do what I teach you this next, you'll be able to equip these and use these, or you'll be able to camo swap these onto other guns that you're using, or you can use these to pull new blueprints of other guns. It's just so much that can go from this. It's all in how the way you do it. It's hard to kind of explain. You'll just see me doing stuff as I'm doing it, and I'll do my best to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But you're going to see there's so much that you can do with this. So just the fact that these are here, and whenever you equip something like this into your class, and you come out of your class and you come back to here, if it's a camo, like a mastery camo, like Nebula, like that, it will wipe it out of your class and it won't stay in there, and you won't be able to have it. Now that is what we're actually using to be able to do all of this stuff. So this is why this works in multiplayer. I don't think that this will work in Warzone, because Warzone doesn't wipe or reset out, or when you, for the camos, it just allows you to run any camo you don't have. So for that reason, this might only work for Warzone, but I can't really test it because I can't get into Warzone and into the games myself. It's an hour loading to get into it, and I just don't have that sort of time. So with that said, let's get in and show you guys a bit more about this in-game. Then I'll go over, I'll show you how I've duped them over and stuff like that. Wait, that shouldn't load in. Why did that load in? I just equipped that. See? It doesn't always do what you expect. This should not have stayed this Nebula gun. It should have wiped it out of there. So I don't know why that's sitting in my class right now. Normally, if you have camos that you don't have unlocked, it reverts your class back to what it was before. I don't know what it's doing right here. You can add me, and it takes me 30 seconds to get a game. Yeah, nah, I don't do glitches with people in my lobbies, though. And when I'm working on my glitching and stuff like that, I'm not trying to relate with other people in the world. I do it on my own time when I've got a spare 10 minutes or half an hour. So if I have to communicate with other people and stuff like that, that just eats into that small bracket of time I have. I never really sit down for one massive time to do these glitches. I just mess around with them every now and again when I got some time during the day. Where was that sniper? I don't even know on this one, Neb. Now it shouldn't be the sniper, see? So that's the thing. If you try and equip it like that and you try and bring it in, this is the problem you're going to have, right? But you can still use those, and I'll show you guys how. See, so if we run that, and say I was to go along and I was to try and run one of those guns that has a camo on it, right? This one here has dark matter on this AK. So if I'm to try and run that, and I equipped it and I try and run it, it won't let me run it. Whoa, hang on. Was number 2, it might let me run it right here. Now see, it takes the camo off and it won't let you run it. Now, and if I'm to come over to here and come into here, this one here has Nebula on it. If I'm to select this, see, and then it takes it away from it, and it won't let you run the actual Nebula camo, right? So this is how you can run the camos. We'll cover that piece first, right? So the people that have guns saved on their accounts that have the camos, first I'm going to show you guys how to use those that stuff first, and then we'll go on to the other stuff afterwards, because it's too complicated to try and cover everything in one go. We'll cut it up into a piece. So right here, what I'm going to show you guys is, say you have a gun that has a camo on it, right, that you don't have unlocked, and you're having trouble being able to equip it, right? So I want to equip this gun, and I want to use this gun with this camo on it. So I'm going to show you how to do this. To be able to do that, you need to actually equip that gun when you first load into the game, when you first touch the loadouts. You'll see what I mean. So we'll get in game, and we're going to put that gun that I just showed as this gun right here. So I don't have Nebula on anything, but I can put it on a Jackal or XM4. Yeah, so as you've seen, I showed just before in the stream, I was running this with Nebula and that, but this, I don't have Nebula or anything on this gun, but I was just running this gun with Nebula or Dark Matter, or even the Gold Lightning Gold camo on it in game. Now this account here is not a broken account, so if I'm to go along and say duplicate this, it duplicates it. If I'm to say create new, it creates new with thing. This creates blueprints. It's not fully broken to where it does that camo swapping when I'm creating blueprints. So that's not the thing involved doing all of this, guys. Just for you guys that know, just so you know that. This is so people can do this without broken accounts. The cause to this is having the mastery camos that you don't have unlocked saved on blueprints, okay? So whether or not you've obtained it from tools from the past, or whether you've gotten it from a dupe, or I don't know how you've obtained it, but you will need to obtain those onto your account. How I'm doing it is from dupes. So we'll come into here and see the very first change. Before we select the class, we press X, well, go into edit the class. Now, if I come into here and I equip the sniper rifle, it's going to actually equip it and let me run it with the camo. So I'll be able to run the sniper now with this dark matter. If I equip it here and then I back out of here, now, let's die. I think I took too long there. We're on, oh, we're not on the right class. Now we're on this class, see? But because I selected that at the very start of the game, I can run this gun with the dark matter and stuff. So you can still run all of your guns with your camos and stuff like that. You just have to select that gun as the first gun when you first load in, right? Because if I'm to go along now and I'm to try and select this one that's got nebula on it and put it in, what's going to happen is it's going to change it to a different gun, right? To the other gun that it had. See? So that's why you need to do it at the start of the game, right? If you guys understand that. So if you have any gun that has a cool camo on it that you want to run and actually run it, all you do is just equip it when you start the game and you'll be able to run that for that game. Now, if you make a change to the gun, then you'll end up at the next point where we're going to show you where, if you want at any point in the game, you can camo swap. So say I come into here and I've got, I don't know, yeah, we've got this gun here, right? And we want to pull blueprints and camo swap onto this gun. Say I want to run this gun here and I want lightning gold on this gun. So what I do is I equip this gun, right? So I've got this gun equipped like this and I can run around and I can use this gun, right? We're going to be able to run around and run this gun, this blueprint, but now we want to put a camo onto it. So we'll just die. So we spawn with that gun. That's the gun we're holding. Then we come into our loadouts and we come across to the gun that has the camos masteries on it that we do not have unlocked, the blueprints. But for this, the camo swap, you want multiple of the blueprint with the different camos, right? So in this case, I've got nebula, I've got lightning gold, we've got dark matter, and we've got the spine, right? So I select one of those. It won't equip that gun yet. See, it actually just doesn't equip the gun. Then what you do is the second time is you come in and you equip the next one on it that's got the same camo. It will not equip the gun, it will equip the camo onto your current weapon. Now we have lightning gold on this gun. Yes guys, this is a new way to camo swap and everything, so we can go along, and now I've just got this one with lightning gold on it, right? Simple as, easy as. And then say I want to put on a different camo, I'll put this one on, right? Now when I die, I'm going to have that gun with dark matter on it and stuff like that. So we'll come along. And now this gun has dark matter on it. And so this is, and again, this is not a broken account. Well, this account has the potential to be the broken account if I go over and say holding more blueprints on it and stuff like that, but this one at this point where it isn't having that camo swap ability of the broken account. So this camo swapping that you're seeing us doing right here can be done on anybody's account as long as they've got blueprints saved with the masteries, okay? So let's go along and, well, no, now that we've done that, we can go straight on to the next one. See how I'm being camo swapping onto this blueprint right here? What I can do here is I can now come along and I can select another gun, right? This one here, and I say create new, boom. This is going to give us that blueprint, but it's also created the gun of that mastercraft, which happens to be the mastercraft of this. So we'll load in, we'll redo our life, and then we'll have this mastercraft, right? Comes with the traces on it, working traces and everything, right? We don't own this blueprint or nothing, but we can use it and everything. This is not a broken account or anything, but we're just able to do all of this stuff. And as you've seen, we created it, and it's even created it and saved it as a blueprint on there automatically because, well, this account isn't a broken account, so we're no longer using the broken accounts maximum, not unable to save blueprints ability to be able to do this. We're just doing this with saved blueprints and using that to be able to do it. Pulled this one and all sorts. So with that, let's go and show you guys exactly how I've been getting the camos over too, because this will help you guys a lot too. So I come into zombies, right? I've been doing the dupe over in zombies because I'm finding it very reliable. Okay, you can do dupes over in multiplayer, but because of that deleting your classes and it pushing your classes back to past ones and all sorts of silly shit that it does over in multiplayer, it's just more convenient and more better to do it in zombies. Yes, you only do one gun at a time, but you get one gun done at a time. It's better than having a mindfuck and not getting any done. So with that said, come over and do it in zombies. So you come over to zombies with the account you're trying to put the stuff onto as player one. Then you can come along and you want to put a gun in here that's a duplicate that you can delete, right? So this here, I'm going to say duplicate and then equip that. Clearly, this isn't the broken account that can't duplicate. We can do that, right? Now this has a duplicate C9 in here, right? Then we want to back out of here, come over to multiplayer. And then we want to come into here and we want to find that one that we just duplicated and equipped and we want to delete it. Now what this does is makes this account over in zombies, that slot now, way more acceptable to receiving a dupe, right? It just makes it way more acceptable. So now when we come over to here, we'll come back to zombies, then we'll bring in the other account that has the weapon we're trying to dupe over, right? So for this, I'll bring in my main. And you saved. I don't. We'll look into that. I don't think you can. Anything that you don't own will come up with a lock on it, but you can just pull it, I guess. So we come over to here, and this one here has, well, this one right here, right? This account is a broken account that can camo swap and all of that stuff, right? So what we want to do is I want to say duplicate of this to get Nebula. Then we want to come over to, I don't know, we'll do it with this, right? So we'll create this gun here. Right, so we're going to put Nebula onto this gun. See how that's the broken accounts can do that. I've got my main's broken account. It can just do that stuff. So now that we've got that on that one, we can come out of here. And what we do with player one's controller, one receiving a dupe, we back out because they're player one. Then with player two, we come into zombies again. And then we come across to the weapons tab with player two and come into here. Now, this way, it's actually done it the opposite way over. So we'll just come over and do this again. Oh, hang on. This account's the one that's doing that. That's cool. See so how it can go backwards sometimes? This is why that's kind of weird. It's just funny with this. So if that happens, I just close down and we'll restart up. Now, before I close down though, I'm going to make this one here set up right with this class already, so I don't need to try and do it afterwards. So we come into here. What gun were we doing? Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Any gun, this gun here. No, we need to go and get the Nebula camo. So we come over to our camo, sniper, Nebula, duplicate. This is with the broken account, right? Now, most people, if you don't have a broken account, you won't be able to do this part here where you're just pulling a blueprint. You'll either, however you're going to go about getting Nebula onto duped over to your account is up to you how you go about it, but this is how I'm going about it, right? I have a broken account for that part of it. So then once we've got that, we can go and close down. Start back up. Make a video of this. Yeah, I will probably make a video after the new season. I mean, you've pretty much seen what I'm doing right in here, but this one's kind of hard to make a video on because what I'm doing right here is hard to explain. Like, it's easy to show you, but explaining what's happening is kind of another thing. And the way it is at the moment, the time it would take to make that video is just, there's not enough people really interested in it. So it's easier just to stream it. It's only because it's a real niche amount of people that would use this, because of the fact that you have to have camos onto your account that you don't have unlocked. I'll be showing you how to do that constantly throughout the stream, so don't worry. But yeah, I don't know exactly the timestamps. Okay, so we're going to come into here. This is the account we want to dupe to, right? We need to set this up. So we want to come in, delete that. Okay. Duplicate that and equip that, right? Then we want to come across to multiplayer. This one's being weird already, it flashed up. This one's going to be difficult for us right now. Sometimes your accounts can be difficult. I don't know why. And then other times you'll just do it and it will work perfectly over and over again. And then the next time you go to do it, it just won't work over and over again. This game sometimes. That's kind of half the reason why the tutorials are so hard to make in this game. Because when I'm trying to make the tutorials, I go to explain it. And then when I'm explaining it, that's the one time it doesn't do what I'm saying it's going to do. And it can be like, bruh. I've just done this 30 times and it's done exactly what I'm saying, and then this one time I go to do it, it's not doing it. It's like, these menus can sometimes be so annoying. Okay, so we come out of here, we deleted that one, we'll come back into zombies, right? So all we've done is we've put into this one's class here the duplicate of that C9. Then we went into multiplayer, deleted that duplicate, and come back to zombies. Now we're bringing in player 2, the one that has the stuff we're trying to duplicate over. Once you get this started, then you can just go do all your guns over and over again. You'll see, like, it's really simple once you get the first dupe happen, and then you can do heaps. But yeah, you guys will see. This is the side that's the complicated part, because if it doesn't work for you, you can be spending there for hours and it not working, but then the other person will do it on the first try and it will work. Okay, so now we've brought that in, we back out with player 1, then we come in with player 2. Come across to the weapons with player 2. See, and it's duped over player 1 stuff again. It's doing it the opposite way to what we want it. It's just being difficult. Now that's just where it is sometimes. It's either difficult, and instead of duping player 2s over player 1s, this time it's constantly duping player 1s over player 2s. This is a game. But we're doing the same stuff I've been doing all afternoon, and it's been doing the opposite way. So that is because this thing's being weird. This is flashing when I'm coming out of this for some weird reason, so... Oh, that creating those is a problem. Go back and delete all of those. So it's not creating them as the blueprints though, which is weird. I'm sure those were the ones that we had with the mastercrafts, eh? We'll have to really look into that. See, this is why I'm doing this live, guys. I'm still figuring all of this stuff out. So that's why it's not a tutorial yet. I thought, why not just turn on the stream and figure this out live instead of figuring it out and then making a tutorial later on. I might as well figure it out while I'm live and then make a tutorial later on. So nothing in this video is going to be precise, do this, do this, do this. This stream is me just doing what I do until I figure out something, and then later on it will become a tutorial once I've got my mind fully figured out about it all. This is what I do when I'm working it all out before the tutorials happen. Okay, so that one is player 1, and this one has all this stuff, right? Now I need to get this one to stop flashing when I come out of this screen here, when I load in, because that's the problem. So we need this to come in. I need to put that into there. Now this needs to be something different for now. Maybe we put something else there for now. And then we close and we bring back up. If it's duplicating player 1 loadout, switch the accounts around. Nah, you do that and then it swaps the other way around. That's just what this can be sometimes. The hard part is that the real RNG part of this is what account actually decides to swap. Now, when I load in, I'll show you what I'm talking about by flashing. Back out, I'll show you what I mean. Now, if your account does that, when you back out, you know that's the one that's going to be duping over the other one, no matter what, all right? Now, at the moment, right now, it's happening on the one I don't want it to be duping from, which is why I'm having trouble with it right now. And that seems to be just random when that happens sometimes. I don't know, but you'll see. So when we load in, I'll go to the guns loadout, and when I come out of the guns loadout, if it flashes through this connecting stuff, then it's going to dupe from that one. But if it comes out of loadouts cleanly, then I'll be able to dupe to it fine. So right here, we'll come into here. Now this point here, see that there? This account right now, if it does that when you load into here, this is the dominant account from this point that's going to dupe over to everything. I've noticed this is the way this works. So if you've got an account that's doing that, that is the account that's going to dupe over the other one, as long as it's doing that. Now, I just don't know what actually causes it to do that sometimes. Like, as you see, I've just gone and equipped this. I don't know what to have that will cause that to not do that. So we'll come across, create a new build here. I don't know, create a new build here. What do I think? I don't look at leaks since upcomings. I've lost all faith of COD's word and all their crap. I'm a wait and see. All of their empty promises on their fixing of their games or a joke. Don't tell us you're gonna. Just hurry up and release it and then tell us you've done it. Same with their maps. I'll make a comment after I've actually seen it. I haven't even looked at any of the leaks or their trailers or anything on it, to be honest with you. Okay. Nah, didn't watch it. I'll wait till I play the game. I'll wait till the update comes out. Okay, so now we've got this account with that. Now, if I can close off and come back in and not do that, that would be awesome. That's what we need. I need it to not do that flashing thing when we come in, and then I'll be able to dupe to it. So that's the goal right now, is to get it like that. Now, these are the issues that you guys will run into if you're doing this sort of thing. That's why it's kind of good to be doing this live for you, because the people that do run into this, be able to see what I've done to be able to get around it. Yeah, dupes are only working in consoles, but I mean only the duplicating side of it's for console. The other stuff can be done on PC, and PCs have tools so you can still create all your blueprints with your mastery camos and stuff. If you're doing it that way, it's however you go about getting your blueprints on with your masteries for the camo swapping and the other stuff. So we'll come in, and hopefully it won't do that flashing thing. See that? Why is it doing that? I don't understand why it's suddenly doing that right now. What is it doing that about? Nothing in my class should be causing it to do that. It's all base stuff. This is where it just doesn't make sense sometimes what it does. There's no reason for it to doing that extra flashing stuff and being so dominant. But that is it. When it does that, you won't dupe to it. It will dupe from it every time. So if I was to go along and, I don't know, put in something. Wait, why does that not have the camo on it? Oh, that does. Let's try it with the camo. Bro. My controller's being weird. It won't let me go to the correct menu. That's what I was having problems with. I'm not trying to label what it is. It is just whatever you see it is. You call it whatever you want. I'm doing multiple different glitches and everything in this. I'm not trying to label it to one thing or anything. It's just too much going on. This is a Call of Duty glitching stream. Okay. Come on, let's hope it's not doing that silly thing still. It's still doing it. See, if I bring the other one here. We'll bring in the other one. We'll back out and we'll come back in with the other one, right? So player 2 came into it that way. Come across to weapons with player 2 and boom. It's just duped it over, just like that. Every time it's going to be dominant and it's going to dupe over to the other one. Every time. So it's duped that over to this one every time. As long as it does that flashing thing when you first come in, don't even attempt to dupe to that account. But if it does that on the account with the account you're trying to dupe to from, you're good to go. You know, if that's the account you're trying to dupe from and it does that, bang, good to go. Guaranteed it's going to dupe over. You're going to have no problems. Now, let's just swap them over, but no, that's not going to work. I need to get this one not dominant. We need to get that one not dominant. Okay. This only works for console. I mean, the dupe part of it that I'm doing right now, this part will, but the other stuff works everywhere. Once I get this not dominant, you guys are going to see what I mean. I mean, it hasn't been dominant all day, and now it's just suddenly decided it wants to be the dominant one. Actually weird. Now, I might go into a different mode first. Now, also, what works for me to get it not dominant may not be the exact thing that works for you. That's just how this is. It's pretty much there's that dominant part. See, I'm not going to go straight into multiplayer this time. We'll come into this side. It's still doing it. Why? I don't know. I'm going to say manage. Save data. Don't say deletes your guy. Be careful if you guys don't copy this stuff just for your own safety, unless you know what you're doing. I don't want you guys telling me that you actually deleted the wrong thing and now your whole shit's gone. You've lost everything. So don't touch that stuff unless you know what you're doing. Let's see whether this gets it non-dominant. Otherwise, I'll bring it as player 2. If I've been doing it all day with it as player 1 though, and I want it on player 1, that's why. I mean, it would work as player 2. As you see, we can still dupe to player 2, but it's just not the ideal way I'm trying to do it. And ultimately, we want to work out how to control it to our liking and work to the way we want it ultimately, yeah. Damn, it's still doing it. What? Okay. What? Let's see if this one goes dominant first. Can I dupe bo6 camos to MW3? What? I don't even know what you're asking me. Are you trying to play old MW3? I don't know. I can't comment on that. I've never attempted to do anything there. I have no idea. I haven't touched Modern Warfare 3 in ages. Wants bo6 camos on MW3 guns. Oh, yep. Yeah, you should be able to do that over in Warzone still. Warzone doesn't stop the camos working, so yeah, you can do all of that. Easy. And especially if you have a broken account or something. If you have the broken account, that's just like dead easy. It's stupidly easy. So here, I'll show you. This one here's broken. See? This one's not doing that flicking. See, this one here will dupe to. This one here will not dupe from very easily because it's not doing that flickering part. That's just weird how some are doing that, and those people that are having real trouble with this dupes will probably, when they load in, that'll happen for them. They'll be like, bro, that's why. Damn. So if your account's doing that, that can often be the just the trigger to it, right? And that can be, I don't know why that's creating some to be dominant and some not. So this one here will easily, well, as you've seen, it received the dupes quite easily, but the other one is the dominant one right now. So, but with that said, let's quickly show you guys the Warzone. Now, Warzone, the camo swap still works that I posted ages ago. I just don't repeat post. So if for the people of my channel, often, if you see an old video, go and check it out and test it yourself, because I don't repeat post, but I post glitches and tell you guys it generally once. So the one, the camo swap using the private match, I think that still works. I can't go into game, so I don't test a lot over here. But if you've got a broken account, this is my main account, you can camo swap over, and these all still work. And these all load into game and everything too. But I mean, bo6 is just dead easy to camo swap. So you just come over to here, look. Put something on it. If you've got a broken account, it's even easier. That's why I mean the broken account stuff just makes this stuff so much easier. To bo6. Create new. Boom. Comes with their camo and everything, right? And that would load in game and work in game. Warzone doesn't have that deleting of camos you don't own and all of that side of it, so it's real simple, real easy. So see if this still flashes when we do it this way. So we're going to come into here. That's got that, right? Now we're going to bring in player 2, the one we're trying to dupe to. That was dominant before and being annoying. Hopefully it won't be so dominant as player 2. Come over, and it's got the AK there, right? Now we're going to go along and we're going to say a duplicate and equip that duplicate. Alright, then we're going to back out of here. We're going to come over to here with player 1's controller. Then with player 2 we're going to go in and we're going to delete that duplicate. Back out. Back out with player 1. to this screen. Then with player 2, we want to come in. No, with player 1, we want to come in because player 1 is the one we're trying to duplicate from. Across to player 1's loader. Oh. Wait, this is, yeah, see, the other one's just too dominant right now. Player 2's, this profile is just way too dominant right now. Doesn't matter where it is, whether it's player 1 or player 2. It's just the one that's dominant and duping over this one. Doesn't matter what. I don't know why sometimes they just decide to be more dominant than other ones. This is the trouble with the stuff is, right at this point, in this hour of the day, this one's right dominant. But then I'll try to do this in another 2 hours, and this one will no longer be dominant, and it will be a different one that will be dominant. It's just, I don't know that sometimes. It can be so random. I'm trying to work out what exactly, or why exactly some are dominant and others aren't at different times. It's almost the time of the day thing. I'm getting confused what one's what right now. Hang on. That one's my main. Is there another way of transferring camos to BS6 guns without using the prestige camo? I don't even, what? What? Oh yeah, if you've got a broken account. And yes, there is another way in Warzone using private matches and stuff. But you need another player, and that's not solo, so I can't show you that just right now because I don't have my other consoles turned on. Do you have pack punch ammunition? Nah, I don't run tools. I don't use tools or touch them. Okay, so now we need to figure out getting this account not dominant. It shouldn't be. Do a couple camo swapping in that. Maybe that'll undominate, make it not dominant. We'll go and try some of the other stuff again. We'll go and show some of the other stuff. Hopefully while we're doing that, it won't get dominant. We don't need to do the dupes right now. It's just, we can't really show you much until it's no longer dominant. Resetting the console. Nah, it's not a console thing. The dupe's working and everything. We just duped the wrong profile over. This dominant profile will dupe over to anything. It's just sometimes the profile goes dominant and I don't know why. But yeah, and it's still doing it. Doesn't matter what mode I go into. And if it does that, it's now the dominant one. It's this isn't even the profile that owns all the access to the games or anything. But sometimes they just decide that they're going to be the main one and going to go over top of everything else. But it doesn't matter. We'll show you guys the other stuff. We'll show you some blueprint pulling. What we can do for the people that missed it. So, I don't know. We'll start with a pistol, I guess. This one? First off, we'll start with showing you guys how to run the camo. So, say you've got a dupe on your account, right? You've duped over and it's got a nebula camo on it, right? But you're not going to be able to use these because it's going to wipe them out. It's going to reset your class and be an absolutely pain in the ass when you go to actually try and use these. So to use them, you have to equip it when you first set up your classes when you go into the game, if you're trying to run the camos, okay? So first off, we'll show you guys us running this gun here with the camo on it, okay, in game. Well, you don't equip it till you're in game. Then after that, we'll go on to camo swapping onto this blueprint. We'll show you guys this blueprint with different camos on it. As you see, we don't have a gun with those different camos on that blueprint, but we'll be able to show you guys this blueprint with camo swapped onto it. Then we'll go show you guys pulling that blueprint's variants of other guns. And as you see, as you have seen on this account, it's not a broken account. Well, it is broken, but we'll get to that point later on. It's not broken at this point, so it doesn't camo swap and stuff like broken accounts do. It can be that way, but I've deleted a whole heap of blueprints to make it so it's not at that point, so it's not broken for that stuff. So people that have broken accounts will understand that.
In the comments for me, how strong is it? And then they did a video and they caught like a giant fish that's bigger than we've ever caught. And it's actually really strong.
I'm gonna leave this on. I don't need little kids in my ears. Why do I have to make a 6-second video or show a passport to pin a comment? Huh? Huh? The Techmaster what?
Fucking game, bro. Fucking putrid kid fuckers.
Man. Vocal people today. The Borealis is bugged. I can't select the camo. I don't have Borealis, so I couldn't answer that. Can you transfer Pack-a-Punch tooled camos from alt to main using the dupe? Yes. You can, anything that's in the loadout, whether if it's tooled, whether it's a wonder weapon, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Even guns fully stacked out with attachments you don't have unlocked, Dragon's Breath on your guns, everything. It all dupes over. It's all about what you do after you dupe over as well. Like, you can run guns with attachments you don't have and all sorts. Like, the dupe gets really technical. It's just that you gotta play with it sometimes. So as you see here, we've loaded in, right? The very first time I touch this, my class right here, I go in and I edit it. Now, if I to go across and equip the gun that has the camo on it that I want to run, I can actually run it now. So if I had to select this here, both of these have the camo, this one just has some attachments on it. So we're going to select it, right? Now from this point, I just back out of this class. Then we're going to come in and we're going to select that class, right? Now it's going to load in and we're going to actually have that gun with that camo. Now normally, it won't allow you to run the gun like that, right? It won't allow you to run this with this camo and stuff like that. Now you can have all your guns with different guns with your camos and stuff and just have the blueprints. So you can run all your guns with your camos and stuff quite easily, right? Now, because they don't actually allow this, we can use this to do a lot more with this, right? So you can use that to do that. Now, let's just show you again. Now, if I'm to try and equip another gun or this gun into this class again, it will do what it's meant to do. But as you've seen here, if you make that change at that point of the game, you're able to run the weapon. So what you want to do is you want to set the gun up with the gun before your match or gun. Well, you would have your gun that you run and you would just want the camera on it, right? So then you'll just select it at the start of the match, and then for that whole match you can run the gun with the cool camera on it, right? Doesn't matter if you die or whatnot. Now the thing is, if you were to do that any other point in the match and we were to try and select that, so if I'm to come over to here, right, and select this gun here, which isn't a gun with a mastery camera on it, it's going to actually load the gun in, right? See, so this gun here. Now, if I'm to go back and to try and select that gun, it won't let me run that gun. So now, if I'm to select this, look, it doesn't let me run it. And that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to delete it, get it out of there, right? But because it does that, because it's doing this here, we can actually also use that to manipulate that. So then we can go along, once we've equipped that gun once with the nebula on it, we can actually go on and select another one, right? Now, it's not loading our class in. And we can do it with different stuff on it, right? So now we've got the camo swapping off that one. And this probably, because I didn't do it in one life, it's gone confusing for you. So actually, we'll restart from that. So we'll reset, right? So we'll come in and we'll equip this, right? Well, I want this with a camo on it, because this just by itself, I'm not satisfied with it, right? So we'll die and then we'll go along and we'll put a camo onto it. We'll camo swap onto this. Now, I have camos saved on blueprints for my sniper rifle, right? Now, I don't have those camos unlocked, nebula, gold, or dark matter. Now, I can equip that and it won't let me run that gun at this point, right? Now, this here is going to be the SMG, right? Now, when I come into here and I select that, it's going to be that gun. Now, the second time I select it, if I select the same weapon but a different variant of it, a different one, it's going to change the variant and camo swap onto the one that I'm actually running this SMG. So now I'm going to be putting nebula onto this SMG. So now, after that, and now when I load in, hang on, we'll come along and put dark matter onto it, right? Then we'll come along and put nebula onto it, right? Then we'll come along and we'll put gold onto it, right? And we can run it with the different camos and we can camo swap and all sorts quite easily onto whatever gun we want to have the camos on by just storing them on the sniper rifle. So having those 4 sniper rifle blueprints, I'm able to put camos onto all sorts of different guns, like you see right here, this SMG. And this is not well, it is a broken, but we're not using the broken account stuff. All of you people with non-broken accounts can do this, just how I'm doing it here, okay? So, awesome new way to camo swap. So if I want a different gun, but I mean, I don't have to use it from a blueprint, right? I'm just showing you guys a blueprint as an example. So if I'm to say I want an AK, right? And this one here has dark matter on. If I select this, I get a blueprint of that. Now this was not a blueprint, but yeah. So hang on. It's hard to think where to actually start from for people because everyone's going to have a different level of understanding of this. So if people are confused at any point here, don't be shy to ask questions because you'll just help me think on what I need to cover that I haven't covered properly yet. Because yeah, I'm covering so much stuff, but people are coming into different points of the video and tutorial and they might not understand this part. Be like, huh? The fuck are you talking about? So we'll come back to here, and this is going to be the base AMR, I think. Right? So we got the base gun, right? But I want a camo on this. So all I do is I come across. We've got the base gun. I want a camo on it, so I go across to those snipers that we had the saved blueprints of with the camos. We equipped it. It's not going to equip it, right? But we have to equip the second one. So then we come in and we equip the second one. Then we come out. We got to die for it to reset. After you transfer the camos to the gun, you say it as a blueprint. No, yes. If you're duping, yes, you do. Now, if you're doing camos and you're saving camos on guns, always save. If you're trying to do what I'm doing for this camo swapping purpose, see, as you see, we just pulled the swap blueprint of this gun. Now, I don't have this blueprint either. This is pulled the blueprint and it's camo swapped at the same time. So you're also blueprint swapping and stuff as well. Now, I can now go along like this and we can go along and again we can pull blueprints of different weapons. So if I was to pull this, I'd just say create new. Again, this isn't a broken account. This is just how you do this with this cool thing. All you people with non-broken accounts will be able to do this too. When we do this, it's going to pull a blueprint. So we say create new, it's going to pull a blueprint of that weapon, right? Whatever blueprint it is. See this one right here. Right? Now, this is doing this without broken accounts. It's doing it because we have the ability to pull those blueprints with the camos that we don't have owned, and it's making it reset your classes and pull different stuff. I know that sounds confusing because it's hard for me to think of how to explain all this weird shit happening on the fly to you guys, sorry. Trying to make sense of it to be able to explain it to you guys is hard in itself too. Just working it out is one thing, but then trying to make sense of it to be able to explain it to you guys. That can be another challenge in itself sometimes. I understand it, but putting it to words so that you guys understand it, oh, sorry. Does that blueprint save if you back out or just the game? So if I'm to come out of here now, I think if I'm to come out of here and go into another game, it will still have that one there What one was that one? That was here, eh? We'll have a look. Maybe not. But it takes a few seconds to be able to pull it, eh? I mean, what the people that are doing this for, might be in more of my situation here, where we're kind of bored of the game, and this is more of a, I don't know, a gambling type thing, you know? You can see what you can pull. So if you've got a couple blueprints, you can just randomly see what you can get out of it, and it's more of a, I don't know, free content. A free content glitch. You get to try out content you otherwise would have to pay for. Now, this might not be so dominant now, either. We might be able to dupe to it. After you save the swap the camo to the gun, how do you save it? You don't, unfortunately. You don't save it there for this, but you can use it there. So if you're trying to use guns with camos on that are saved, so like here, I would go along and I want to use the AK with dark matter on it. I just equipped it right here, right? And now I can run it, right? But if I wanted to camo swap to it, now after having it equipped, I can come across to here, Nebula, come in again, and algae gold. Right, now it should spawn with that, with algae gold, which is lightning gold, a $400 camo. Okay, so it didn't, so I need to do it again. Nebula. And now we've got it on Nebula. See, we've camo swapped over. Now we can go lightning gold, and we can have lightning gold, right? Now it can sometimes just be annoying, but if it does that, it's no big deal. You just want to swap it again. Do it a couple more times. Oh. This one's been annoying. So we will go DM. And it swapped it, right? Back out to this point and then go back in. Then say LG. Oh, don't select the class, back out. Shouldn't matter if you select it. So, this one's being annoying right now, see? It can be annoying. This is where I'm trying to fine-tune all of this annoying shit out of it, so that when I do go to make this tutorial for you guys, it's clean and it doesn't have all of this shit out of it. Because with this type of stuff, there's a lot of this sort of shit, you know? It doesn't exactly behave the exact same every time, so it's kind of that sort of shit to it. Boom. LG. And now, we didn't select the class, it should keep LG. LG's not coming on. That's weird. I'm going to say create new on this. Get that. And then we're going to come back. But say we really wanted that blueprint, that gun, right? So then we want that gun there. We're equipped it. Make sure that we've got it there. I shot these people, let me kill them. Now we've got that gun, right? Then we come across to our sniper rifle. We'll equip the DM, right? That won't stay on, then it will go back to that. Then we'll come across and we'll call it LG. Back out, and then it should be LG on this, which is lightning gold. Lightning gold's not coming onto this one for some weird reason, which is really weird right there. See, why is it doing it suddenly for that one? These are the things that I'm trying to fine-tune out of it, guys, because... See, you'll see here, we got this, right? Then I come in. We select DM. Boom. That's going to be this SMG with DM. Then LG. Now it's just being different. Okay, so if it does that, we need to go like this. Boom, we need to go and we need to select the LG. Then we need to go into it and we need to select another weapon. Like so. Then we need to come back and select LG. Now that just pulled the blueprint of that one. DM. Now it's got the cool blueprint with dark matter on that one. Yeah, see, it's just being weird right now. See, it wasn't being weird like this just before. This is where it's just sometimes can just perform so weirdly. So we've got the dark matter. See, now that's pulling, that's camo swapping and blueprint swapping on the other gun. See how it can be so weird sometimes? Like, this wasn't what we were trying to do. But hey, it can do this. So you can't actually save the camo, it uses a different game mode. Well, who's trying to play a different game mode though? Like, you know what I mean? What mode are you trying to play? Are you talking about Warzone? I mean, no offense, but I don't care about Warzone anymore. I don't know many people that do. Most of my viewers tell me they don't. I mean, you can just put the gun into, it's in your class. You can run it in the modes. What do you mean in a different game mode is what I'm getting at. You can run all these camos in zombies without any issues. There's never been any trouble running camos and stuff in zombies. So that's not what we've been trying to figure out. Everyone's been asking me for multiplayer, so that's what today's stream is, to show you guys how to do all this stuff in multiplayer. Nah, they don't even work the same in Warzone. Warzone doesn't even stop you using these camos. So in Warzone, you can just run the camos without them wiping your gun and stuff. So if I come over to here, all these classes, they don't get wiped out. So I'm running in Warzone this thing here, Egmatech, the level 1000 max prestige gun. We're running Nebula. that's just Warzone. Warzone doesn't fight it. So I don't know whether there might be a time of day, I doubt I'll even find it. But if we were to load into Warzone, see, and when we load in, it doesn't wipe them out. It doesn't fight us to have other stuff in our classes or anything. So if I come along to here and I'm to, I don't know, equip this with dark matter, it's just going to let me run it. It's like, oh, what? Did we just find a match? Holy heck. This must be a time of day thing. What? What? Oosh. I haven't found a match in this for so long.
We're holding for deployment.
The camo swapping and stuff just loads in on this one. So it's not, this doesn't even perform the same, see? So it doesn't have all of that camo resetting your class type of protection that multiplayer has. So if you dupe over, you can just run them. And with multiplayer, I've got a tutorial out that shows you guys how, if your buddy goes into private match and when your buddy goes into private match, you have your guns and you can camo swap. That still works and you're still able to camo swap. So you'll be able to do your camo swaps in Warzone and stuff like that. And then once you've got it there, just run it. I mean, you shouldn't have too much trouble. I don't play Warzone, and I don't have another console set up right now to be able to show you guys that Warzone camo swap. Is this still doing that weird stuff? Let's come into here. I don't think it is. It's not. Okay, we're good. See how it's not doing that flashing stuff anymore? We should be good to go. So let's go like this. Say duplicate and equipped. Right? Back out of here. Come in. Delete. Just like that. As player 1, right? Then we want to load in player 2. Oh, other controller. Hopefully it's not still dominant over player 2. Didn't seem like it was. Come across. And we've got the gun set up there. Camo on it, etc, etc. I don't know what that stuff's about. But yep, that's cool. So that's all that. Player 2's got that gun there with the nebula on it, right? So now with player 1, we back out of the screen. Then with player 2, we go into the screen. With player 2, we go to the weapons class, and it's taken over. See, player 1's is way too dominant. It shouldn't be taking player 1's at that point. But if player 1 wasn't too dominant, this would just dupe over. This should be player 2's class right here. But because player 1's been so dominant, it's just taking over player 2's class right here, which is so weird. So let's try doing it this way. Wow. And this is where people trying to dupe from tooled accounts and that will have trouble, because if the account they're trying to dupe to is being dominant, like this one at the moment, then all you're going to ever do is just lose all the shit on the tooled account every time you try and do the dupe, because it's going to dupe over your main stuff over top of the tooled accounts one every time, until you manage to get the dominancy on the tooled account, which can be really random sometimes too. So when we were mucking around with, I had subscribers put wonder weapons onto alts and let me borrow those alts to be able to dupe from. I was having big trouble sometimes getting the stuff from those accounts, because sometimes my main would be the dominant, and then for a whole day my main would remain dominant, and wouldn't matter what account I would try and dupe from, it just wouldn't happen, and it would just always dupe over them. And then the next day it would be the opposite. This game, man. This game. Yeah, see, this one isn't getting the dominancy. It's out there. No, you're not saving blueprints in multiplayer. Yeah, that's not. That's just so for the people that wanting to use it in multiplayer, because that's what I was getting hounded for people that wanted to use their stuff in multiplayer. I was only making zombie stuff, and then everyone kept on asking for multiplayer, so I went to multiplayer. Warzone has its own camo swaps in Warzone. Just go and, yeah, the Warzone camo swaps are for Warzone. There's no reason to try and do the multiplayer camo swaps for Warzone when you can camo swap in Warzone. That's so dominant. Even as player 2. Just without fail. Just whoop-bang. That's actually annoying because at this point, with it that dominant, we're not going to be able to dupe to it. Until it just decides to stop being dominant. Which is seems to be like, okay, tomorrow then. Today we're not going to be duping to this. I duped all of those snipers. I duped to it about half an hour before the stream. It was not dominant. I duped straight to it. All of those snipers I set up in about 5 minutes, right before the stream. It only took me about 5 minutes to do them all. And then it just suddenly decided just on the stream that it wanted to be the dominant one. What do you think the most broken glitch right now is in bo6? Don't know. There's too much broken. Everything's broken. It's too hard to say. There's thousands of broken with this game. And the problem is there's not one glitch. I mean, with what I'm doing, you can't even, I mean, is everything that I'm doing here one glitch? Or is this 20 glitches? Fuck. I mean, you know what I mean? Too hard to label shit these days with all of this stuff now. I mean, we're camo swapping, oh fuck. With broken accounts, without broken accounts, duping, camo swapping, blueprint pulling, I don't know. Menu glitching. We're menu glitching. It's so dominant. I don't know why it's been that way right now. I don't know why it's being so dominant right now. Without fail, no matter what. Why was it just showing the nebula gun then? So I need to figure out how to get this off being dominant. Okay, so hopefully this will do it. I'm just going to load into a game of zombies, a quick one. Maybe? What's the best AFK XP method currently? I don't personally use the AFKs. I've shown you guys the AFKs. I don't personally go along abusing them all to be able to tell you what one's the best one. To be honest. In my opinion, AFK, as long as you're getting some, that's all that matters. Personally, rank in this game is worthless. and I see zero reason to fucking level up and care about it. Go to level 55 and then stop caring about XP. The gimmick that doesn't matter in this game. You don't get any point to it. $1,000. That's not even a flex though. Who's feeling flexed on by level 1,000? I know I'm not. Especially when you've got the 55 cap. Being level 1,000 just means that you chose the prestige. Whereas if you're level 1,000 sitting next to a level 55, you couldn't tell whether or not the level 55 played more than the level 1,000 or not. That's the downside to their system. Level 1,000 means nothing now because people like me who've got a lot of time in the game, but we're still just prestige 3 level 55. Doesn't mean we play less. So rank means nothing. It doesn't really show anything. All it shows is that you chose to press the prestige button, really. That's why I've lost interest in prestiging. And honestly, going to level 1,000 just means that your account has so much more blimmin' stuff to put that skill to use against you in skill-based matchmaking. I mean, everyone. I think everyone that's level 1,000 done it AFK in zombies. Let's be real. That's another reason why rank in this game has no respect. Because everybody that's got it done it AFK. So it's got no value. Come on, don't be dominant. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Damn. It's just gonna keep doing it. I've deleted all the classes and everything, yet this account just wants to be the dominant account today. I don't know why. We've even deleted the data even. This account just wants to be annoying and just decided today, this is the one that you're duping from. We're not duping from anything else. I don't know. This could be the frustrating side to doing this sort of stuff. So when you guys see us making the tutorials, just know that the tutorials are telling you guys what to do, but things can go wrong and you'll have to make adjustments as you're going through it, and you can have trouble at times. What else can you do with a glitched out account other than swapping? Nothing. Nothing. That's all it can do, but you cannot save blueprints and stuff like that. You'll see my main is fucked. My main is broken and I can't delete any blueprints because I've got 0 that I'm able to delete, and I'm not able to create any. So there's a lot of things that my main just cannot do, but it can camo swap. Big deal. You know? I'd rather actually be able to do all this other stuff that I can do on this alt, because this alt can do everything my main can do, but it can save blueprints and a lot more. But that's more because this alt is broken as well, but it was broken later on after I knew how to prepare for a broken account. So for this account, I prepared for it to be broken, and I had nearly 400 blueprints on this account that I had available to delete once it got broken. So then I'm able to just delete one whenever I need to create space to unbreak the account for a little temporary. Stuff like that. If you have a broken account, you understand what I'm talking about, but otherwise it's gibberish to you. This other side of this stuff is, if you don't have this, if your account's not doing what the stuff that we're talking about is doing, this is going to sound like I'm just talking another foreign language to you pretty much. You'll be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Can you camera swap multiplayer? Yes. Without broken accounts, you can. That's what we're showing you guys on the stream. I'm just trying to get my main, the dominant one, so we can show you guys a dupe over first. We want the main as the dominant. It's not doing it. See? It's not doing it for this one. It's consistently not doing it for this one, but it's consistently doing it for the one that we don't want it to do it for. This game sometimes, guys. Honestly. I guess we're not going to show you guys a dupe at this instance because that's just the way duping is. If you got an account that's behaving funny, you just take a break, walk away, come back a few more hours later. I found that's the best answer to it, and then it will just work for you. And if it doesn't, just step back, come back in a few hours later, and it will just work for you. I don't have the other answers for that, but that's my method and it works for me. That's how I get shit done. Okay. Yeah, see? It's just doing it with this one only. And as long as it's doing that, we won't dupe to this account. Every single time, no matter what we do, the dupe will always come from this account and overwipe the other one. So again, if you guys got an account that's doing that when you first log in, don't try and dupe to it from an account that you don't want it to risk it wiping its loadout. Say you've put a fucking wonder weapon in there with a tool and you don't want to wipe it and then not have it there on that other on your alt. So you need to make sure that this account isn't doing this before you try and dupe over, because otherwise you're just going to lose the wonder weapon you had in the alt and stuff like that. So anyway, that's the dupe side of it, but that one's just been annoying, so we won't even go into that. We'll go back to can you camo swap over in multiplayer and how we'll come back and we'll show you this. So we'll come in and we'll come straight into here. Now how this works, guys, is as you see here, if I'm to create new and I try and equip this right here, has camo on it, right? A camo on it and a camo on it. We do not have these camos unlocked. So if I'm trying to equip this here and then I back out of here and I come to here, it will wipe that gun out of there and reset the class back off, right? Now, I know it just looks weird there, but just ignore all of that. That's what happens, right? Now, we're going to be able to use it. Now, I'm going to show you both how we can actually run that gun instead of that happening, which is when you first get in game, the one you select will be the one that you can run. So we'll show you that, and then we'll also show you guys some camo swapping. So for that reason, we'll come across to here. We'll do it in game, doesn't matter. So we've just duped over, right? I did before stream, so not on stream because the account's been naughty. But we've duped over those sniper rifles, right? And we want to run them, right? So I want to run spine, and running it in here, it wouldn't be able to work. It would just load in. To be able to get it to work, the first time you touch your loadout when you first load into a game is when you can actually select any gun with a camo on it that you don't own and actually run it. So for this, we're going to run Nebula on this gun right here. Select it, and actually select the loadout, and it will load in.
Neutralize all threats.
Weirdly enough, oh, we put it on this class, sorry. This class here, it's been weird because I took too long and I didn't do it, see? So this is where you have to do it as you first load into the game. If you don't do it when you first load into the game, you won't be able to run that camo in that way. But this is another way where there's just so many different layers to this glitch that it's hard to cover all layers without being confusing. I mean, I understand exactly it all, but trying to relay it all to you guys in a non-confusing way is what I'm struggling with. Because exactly what I say happened doesn't always exactly happen, but I can figure out around it. But sorry guys, this can get really confusing. So again, we're going to go in and we're going to show you guys. Say I want to go in and I wanted to run this, right? So that's what we're going to show you in this game here. So we're going to load in, and I'm going to run that sniper. Do you think they'll fix the bugged out account? Lol, nope. I don't think they're competent enough. That's straight up. Devs are clowns. That's my opinion on them. Their game's a piece of shit. It's broken in so many fucking ways possible. They're incompetent, and they've proven it to us. I've lost faith in them. Okay, DM, and see the very first time we select the gun, we've just loaded in, select that, and then select the gun. Now, I don't know why this loadout's been weird right here. It's just been a weird loadout right now. So for this reason, I'm going to actually put another weapon into here, and we're going to reset out this loadout. Everything's been weird on that loadout. I don't know why. But I'm actually going to delete that loadout out. Overkill, yep, this one. And I'm going to put in this gun here, a blueprint that we like, into there like that. Now I'm going to delete this one out because I don't know whether those are causing a problem there, because we put in the because I put the nebula gun into there, as I talked about, it starts messing with your things. So that's where it was having a problem there, because in here I went along and I showed you guys that you couldn't just run it by selecting it. If I was to select it in here, I'd have more problems, right? Once you start putting guns into your loadouts here with camos on it that you don't have unlocked, it starts messing with it in here. So that's why you don't do it in here and you do it in game. So we're not going to leave any camos in our class with camos on it for that reason. You guys will notice it's doing different stuff to what it was doing at the start of the stream. That's this glitching for you. I think I should just focus solely on swap. Because swap, you can do any point in the game to any blueprint that you like. Now, unfortunately, this alt that I'm doing it on only has a couple blueprints. It's not my main. And my main is broken, so I can't show you guys all of this stuff being done without it being done on a broken account on my main that has all the blueprints to pull. So this here, if I'm to go like this, come across, and we wanted to run this with the nebula, hooked it, come in, and that one, right? And it should let us run it. Alright, first time we come in, now we can just run it, right? So that's how you'll do that one. As long as you do it this first one, you can run it fine, no problem. Now, say we want to have this gun here, but we want it with a camo on it. Then we can camo swap. Now I have camo saved on a different gun, right? So we've got this gun over here, sniper rifles. This one's got nebula on it. We equip that. It's going to pull that, but it's going to not stay as that. Now it goes back, right? Now we come back and we select another variant of that same gun with a different camo on it, dark matter. Now it'll actually go along and it'll put dark matter onto this SMG for us. So let's just go along and die. Like that. So now we have dark matter on the SMG. Now we can go along and we can put liquid gold onto the SMG, right? Now this is the SMG we chose to split up with, but we could have done this to any gun. So if you guys have any blueprints, you can camo swap onto them and everything, and all you need to do is have a couple blueprints saved with camos on them, right? So the snipers, and I only need to have those few snipers there saved, and well, with that I can get any camo onto my SMG, right? Simple as easy as, and you can use it in multiplayer for the game. So I mean, yes, this is only per game, but I mean, it's literally a matter of just selecting a couple weapons and then you've got the camo in that game.
I give what I get.
So, I don't know, another gun. One. And aims. New. We say create new because this is going to actually give us a blueprint pool. It's going to blueprint pool. Oops, I said I selected class. It might not now. Okay. Okay, so now we've got a base aims, right? Now we're going to come across to sniper and neb. Right, back out. Now it's gone back to that, which is the class we had originally, which that's where, see, this is where it gets hard to explain where it's pulled this SMG from, because I've gone through so many steps now. This is where I get hard. I find it hard to explain it to you guys and make sense with it to you guys because it's going through so much steps. That's just where this is getting to now, this game. It's so broken that it's just so much depth to it that we can manipulate it a lot, but trying to shallow explain it, something that's so deep, is hard. Oh. Like, I can camo swap, dupe, everything, but trying to get all of you guys to do it is where I'm struggling. It's so hard to try and explain it. It just keeps gun. Yeah. It just keeps the original gun. But see, after I'm doing this, I can now come to here and select this, and it's going to pull a blueprint of this. See, it's just so deep. It's not just the same gun. It can, and I can blueprint swap with the same gun as well. But see, I can also just pull blueprints by doing that. Now, this isn't a broken account. That create new isn't because of the broken account. This is a non-broken account, and you can all do this. Yeah, so I mean, it's that's where it's so deep, and it's like, where do I even step this depth? Because doing this is another thing in itself, you know, pulling stuff like that, and being able to use them with the traces and everything. Like, there's so much you can do. The game's absolutely broken. Hey, Johnny. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Appreciate you, my friend. Way past my glitching expertise. I used to do out of the map. Yeah, I mean, this is the glitching that I'm all about. But I really struggle. I understanding it, and I can do it all, and I really enjoy working out these glitches. This is the type of glitches that I enjoy working with and trying to figure out. These are the videos and the streams I enjoy doing. Like, this is where I'm having fun in COD with these sort of glitches, but trying to just make it in a way that it's, I guess, coherent for you guys is the part that I'm struggling with, right? What's that, level 2? I mean, because, see, we've got that gun. Now I can go to here. We could just pull a blueprint of this. What is this? Okay, it didn't pull a blueprint. Maybe that's unreleased blueprint. See, look at how broken this game is, eh, guys? Look at my skin. It's so broken. Look at it. Oh, what is that blueprint? Look. Oh, we need a thing. My skin just so bad. Go to here and put a pistol on. Like, why is my skin move like that? Like, it has a full-on fit. Dyson has a 0. This account probably has a 0.062 KD that we're playing on. I was just before I was running around, just when I was doing this camera swapping this thing, and I was just walking around, following people around, shooting the ground and everything, and they weren't responding or doing anything. Like this lobby right now that this account in is comically bad. I mean, easy. This it's exposing skill-based matchmaking. If I was to play on my other account, my main, right now, I wouldn't be able to. As soon as I popped out, you know, people are shooting me. Doesn't matter where it is, any point. You know, the second I pop up from here, I'm getting killed from there. You know, I wouldn't be able to do this. Not on my main. Not a chance. Fuck. This is a different game. So hey, that's the other cool thing about dupes and stuff like that is I can just throw some cool weapons onto an ult that doesn't have all the crazy fucking skill-based matchmaking, and then actually have some fun in the game. Like that's another cool side of this. And I can still enjoy like camos and cool guns, but I'm actually able to enjoy the game a bit more because, you know, people can't hit their shots. Skill-based matchmaking is cool with that if you can use it to your advantage. I'm a glitcher. So, yeah, let's show you guys that, eh? Look at this. Look at the night and day difference. This will be night and day. We'll have a game on my main. Mind you, it might not be that bad, because I have not been playing Black Ops 6 on my main for so long, and I've been doing a lot of the blueprint swapping testing on my main as well, where I just stand there swapping blueprints, dying, killing myself to check my new blueprint. So my stats on my main for this might be actually quite low. I might have some reasonable skill-based matchmaking on my main. We'll see. Skill-based matchmaking is so real though. That's why I don't care to boost an account heavily up or anything, or stats and stuff like that. All it does is make your game unplayable and not fun. Go on low stats and your game's more fun and you can do some stuff. They need to remove skill-based matchmaking. That could be fun again. We're on my main now. Max level. I'm max level. Watch out. You can't get any higher level than me. Max level 55. Can we swap old camos on bo6 guns? Also BMAN, why is nobody talking about how they deleted all old attachment variants in Warzone? I guess people have just given up. You know what I mean? Because, like, how they literally advertise, if you have a new account and you come into Gunsmith, and then you come to here and you come to the customize screen, you get a full-on pop-up that advertises how you can mix and match skins, and you can choose different skins for different of your different attachments, and you can mix all your cool stuff, and it says that you can put your cool paid scopes for your guns and stuff on your guns and mix and match. You know what? It's all a big lie. You were able to do that for the first week of the game, and then they removed that feature because we made videos showing how you could use that feature to equip blocked attachments. And typical COD, instead of fixing their game, they just removed a basic feature that the game was meant to have from start, left all the notifications in the game telling all the new players that it's there and how and check out this new feature, but it doesn't exist. And it still doesn't exist. Over a full season been and it doesn't exist still. There's no excuses. Like, look, this account can just pull blueprints, but this skill-based matchmaking should be crazy higher. But mind you, I haven't been playing in so long. Ah, look, I've got hardcore AFK people. Yeah, I haven't been playing too much.
One fugitive remains. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
And what I've been doing is every time I get a survey, oh, round one. What was this?
What are we doing, eh? Yeah, let's just lie down.
Oh,
Out in
search and
the
destroy. My bad.
Big brain. Big brain, that stuff. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even play search. We won't stay in this. Clearly, the school-based matchmaking isn't right. Where in NZ you from? Northern, my man. See how it's weird? This was just the New Year's Christmas ho 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 variant in game, but in the menu it shows it as the Squid Games variant. This game, man, it's so... Everything about it is so non-consistent. Oh, I can even show you guys for the pulling variants of... See how I've got this and it's a complete variant? I pulled that. Even though now I own that variant, but I pulled that. Oh, I won't disclose exactly where, but Northland. There's some funny people online sometimes. Army. Oosh. So this one, I really wish this would stop being so dominant right now, so we could show you guys. I might have to just do it to another account. For now. Jeez. Go back to this one though. Keep working on this. Now I want to continue. I just got to work on this continuously, doing this over and over again until I know the exact steps to be able to tutorial it out for you guys. But whether I'll even get there is another story, because at the moment the channel's really not getting high views for this content. So if it's something that takes too long for me to understand, to be able to, if it's too inconsistent and stuff, I just can't. I don't have. It's not worth me making the videos if it gets too like that, and that's kind of where this is at the moment. This stuff is so deep. There's not enough people trying to follow the glitches that deep for it to be worth making those tutorials. Right now, it's just the sad truth of where COD is. Doesn't seem like much people seem to care about COD, to be honest with you. Gonna play some zombies. Probably won't be playing zombies today. I'm burnt out on zombies, guys, if I'm honest with you. That's the thing, because nothing's changing, nothing's new. They're not adding enough. Like, they need to add a map every week if that's all they're going to do for me. Otherwise, I'll play it for a week and then I've got nothing to do for the next month, the rest of the season. Because for me, a map in zombies only keeps me entertained for a week. Once you've completed the Easter egg 1 or 2 times, it's like, it gets boring. And the new season, I'm hyped for the new season, because what I enjoy doing is seeing what new blueprints I can pull and all sorts of different stuff like that. See this content glitch, I call it the content glitch, because I can go and see what new content's been added to the game before it even comes, because the chances are they're not going to patch all of this menu stuff. I got real high faith that they will not be patching all of this stuff, because I don't think they have the ability to at the moment. They're too flustered over everything else that's going wrong with the game. They can't focus on this stuff. They've got to focus on too much other stuff, I think. That's where I feel like this game is. It's too broken now. It's beyond repair. And at the point where it is all of this really broken stuff is creating it to be even more broken, and even more broken from that, and even more broken from that, because we wouldn't be doing half of this stuff if we didn't have the camos that we weren't meant to have on there. But because we were able to, because it's broken enough for us to dupe on and save camos we don't have unlocked, and then that's creating it to be even more broken to now we can pull blueprints we don't own and other things, and then that's more, causing more broken, and it's getting to a point where now we're way up here. They don't even know how to fix down here. So now they're not even trying. They're just fucking over here fixing this other shit over here instead. That's how I feel they are. I almost feel like they're getting like that with lots of stuff in this game now. I had this, there was a new launcher I pulled actually. Let's go see if we can pull that. So, I think I used this. Again, look guys, this isn't a broken account, so if I'm to say this, to this, and I'm to say a duplicate, it creates another one. Because this isn't a broken account, and if I'm to say create new, it doesn't create it with a camo on it or anything. This isn't a broken account. So let's go on, equip this, load into a game. Man, I've been playing a lot of PoE, Path of Exile 2. That's a game I like grinding. When you grind it, you actually obtain stuff that changes gameplay and how the game plays. Okay, blueprints. So, we've got this gun, right? Got this gun, right? Now we want to blueprint swap instead. So we're not camo, well we could camo swap. So camo swapping and blueprint swapping kind of go hand in hand. But we can put this over and it's not going to spawn it, right? So if we could go like this, it won't spawn it. It'll keep with the SMG, right? Now we can go along and we can select another weapon. And it should blueprint swap it. Right? And that's simple as that. Now we can blueprint swap. Now this is without broken accounts. Anybody can do this as long as you've got a gun saved on your account that has a camo on it that you don't have unlocked. That I think is a mastery only though. It has to be the masteries. I don't think base camos that aren't masteries will work. They just allow you to have them on the gun and it doesn't do that wiping stuff, right? So as you see here, now if we go along and we select any weapon, it's just that simple. We can blueprint swap, right? Say we want the KSV with the weed blueprint. What one? Oh, that's not the weed blueprint. Oh, interesting. I thought it was. What blueprint is this thing? Oh. Okay. Not the blueprints I thought it was, but okay. That's cool. But as you see, we can put blueprint swap. Now, if you have the gun leveled up, so if we come along like this, what guns do we have? Level 5. I have no guns leveled up. I'm not going about to show you guys this on this account.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
5 kills. Get them. Remember me? TACOM. Launch your UAV.
Okay. So how you see the gun here? Now, if you have the gun leveled up, you're able to fill out its blueprints. Once you pull the gun, you can put its attachments on, and you should be able to fill out the, if you know what guns, what attachments are for that blueprint, come with that blueprint, you can fill that gun out and actually fill it out with all the guns like here. So as you see right here, we've actually filled this out, and now we've got the barrel with the blueprints barrel for the actual thing. So you can actually complete the blueprints that you pull from this and stuff like that as well. Then if I'm to leave here, it should remain there for the next game as well. Pretty sure. See? I keep it in my thing, and I should still have it for the next game as well. You shouldn't have to keep pulling them every game. And again, this is with a non-broken account. We're pulling blueprints in multiplayer. This is how deep this can be. See, we can, it's all about on how you want to use this stuff. Whether you want to use it to be able to use your saved blueprints that have Nebula on it that you don't have. Whether you want to camo swap Nebula from this gun onto this new blueprint you just brought from the shop today. And then run this new blueprint, seeing what it's like with Nebula. Or whether you want to pull a new blueprint. I don't know. There's so much different ways to use it. And with that being so many different ways, it's hard for us to make videos and call it something. What would you guys suggest we call it? Content glitch? The content glitch. So, it's pulled the blueprint off it, though, which is interesting. See, so it's pulled the blueprint off it now. That's weird. So, but it wasn't doing that in the past, so I don't know whether that's just a thing. See, these are the things where we just gotta play around with it. That's where it's more of a cool content glitch. It's a cool glitch where you can play around with it and see what you can get. You might get something cool. You might not. But at least you had fun and you're entertained in the process. Gold. Want to go to this one. Are you able to help me dupe one of these cameras? Let's do this. Nah, I'm not putting people's accounts onto my Xbox. Unfortunately, I'm past these days of trying to do that stuff, guys. Too much mucking around involved in it. In theory, it's a 5-minute job, but in reality, it becomes an hour-long job because people don't mess up account information. I have to remove old accounts off my Xbox to be able to make room for new ones, and a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. Don't have time for it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not giving other people. I'm not giving yeah, you're dreaming thinking I'm going to give my my account details to some random person online. Sorry. I have nothing to gain from doing that, and I have everything to lose from doing that. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense.
Stay on task.
Spring mine.
The lead is ours.
See, and then we're just running this. See how I just selected this in the middle of the game and it allows me to run it?
Engaging hostile.
but other times but you'll probably go to do that and it won't allow you to do it at the time you go to do it. These are the types of inconsistencies that I need to try and get it exactly figured out, but I'll come up with a theory to have it exactly figured out, and then I go to make a tutorial giving that theory, and that theory will get proven wrong in the recording. That's what happened to me a whole heap of times trying to teach these. So if people have seen my past videos on these and it didn't work for you, just think that just think about trying to make these tutorials. Man, they're frustrating to make these ones. I've unselect this. Right, now we've pulled a mastercraft. From a gun that had a camo on it, we've pulled a gun that's a variant without a camo. So, and these are the side of things I just have to make sense of it for you guys. And why did I pull a mastercraft without a camo for that time, you know? Now, if I come across to here, it should pull a variant of this now, but it will have the camo. So now, it'll be this, but it will be... See, there's the variant of it. A variant with the camo. Goes hard with the AMR full mod. Yeah, this here, eh? See, now we've got the variant with dark matter. See, there's so much you can do, and once I have this right down to a precise where I can, when I make all my videos, but it takes a long time, and by the time, and it's going to be a lot of investment of me trying to figure out all of this stuff exactly to be able to tutorial it. And currently with where COD is at the moment, I'm getting maybe 4,000 views on a video, which I'll be honest with you guys, it's worth what, $2 to me. So if it's going to take me 3 weeks to try of sitting here trying to figure this out, it's just it's at a point I cut my loss and I don't make the video. COD's just there's just no support for COD at the moment, glitching. So the videos are dying out. Well, I make $4 for every 1,000 ads that play. Ad blockers and stuff like that are more common. Stuff like that. Personally, like other channels would do far better than what I do. I just don't. I don't accept sponsorship deals and stuff like that because I'm not in US where all of those people are. And I'm got zero interest in trying to deal internationally when it comes to stuff like that. So I take the L. But it just means that sometimes some things I have to just cut my loss on. So now that we're pulling a variant, and we come over to here, we should pull a variant of this. Will it come with the camo? It won't come with camo because I didn't select a blueprint with the camo. Now, if I selected a thing there that had a camo, it would pull a variant of a gun with a camo. So now that it's pulling variants, it should pull a variant of this. Ah, fuck. Hang on, we'll show you guys.
I have to make it cool.
Fall back to the CCP. We got wiped out.
Dark metal and shit, and that's how you camo dupe on other weapons? No. 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 I have you guys as subscribers, so I don't have to grind stuff out. You guys, as my subscribers, have got tools and all your guys stuff that you guys have access to. Somebody just sent me a DM saying, hey, I've got these camos on an alt. Do you want to dupe them from it? I said, hey, hell yes. I got their account details. I logged into their account. I duped them to my main. And now my main has access, has those camos onto it. And I can use them as if I had them unlocked now. So practically, that's just the benefits of being a YouTuber, I guess, in this era is, yes, I have followers that are willing to help me out. But obviously, it's a bit different because I'm a trusted person. So those people that do that for me won't be doing that for every single person. So I know that's just a situational thing. You guys won't always all be in that same situation. But that's what happened in my situation. And my situation was that the tool is actually the devs of the tools. A lot of them do offer me stuff and stuff like that, but I don't touch tools myself. But when a dev to a tool comes to me and tells me that they'll put stuff onto an alt account and send me the details so I can dupe it off with my glitches, I'm always all for that. If I don't have to run a tool myself, hey, and I can use my dupe glitches to get something off an account, I'm all for that. Nah, I've only got a couple. Oh no, I've started grinding opal. I think I might have opal on a couple guns now. Let's try and pull this launcher. Actually, this HE one. What did I pull it from? I can't think. Did I pull it from that? Pull it from this. So if we go to this, right? Then we come across to sniper. Or select just one. Right? Ah, let that do. Okay. Then we come along and we want a launcher. Yeah! Pulled a variant. See? Now we got a cool variant of our launcher. Oh, got a variant of this launcher. See, this is why I call this the content glitch. I'm just getting some content from this game. Free content without paying for it. Get to play around with it and muck around with it. Those aren't out yet, are they? I think they are out. Yeah. No, you're not going to find anything in this stream that's not released. We're so close to the new season. Pretty much everything's been released that we're going to pull here. This account doesn't have enough blueprints to be able to access all that stuff. Next season, as soon as the new season drops, this is the place to be. Because I'll be on my main pulling blueprints. Look at that. See, so we camo swap this. How did I even get that camo on that? I don't even know what happened there. Now it's camo swapping the gold camo over for some reason. Oh, and blueprint pulling, because that's a blueprint. So it's blueprint pulling, camo swapping. Ah, okay. Now, you see how it's doing this gold, lightning gold camo? This is now... This account just reached its limit of its thing, and now it's doing the broken account camo swap, okay? So that is the broken accounts camo swap. So now it's triggered the broken account camo swap that I told you guys before it wasn't having. So if I'm to go along now and say this and say create new, it'll come with the camo, right? That is what everyone knows of as the broken accounts camo swap. And if I'm to come along to here and I'm say duplicate, it won't create a new one, right? Everyone knows that. That's the broken accounts camo swap. But everyone that has that knows also that once you delete a couple blueprints, your account can no longer broken account camo swap until you reach that limit. So that's why I was showing you guys this account before when it wasn't at that limit, so I can show you guys what account that doesn't have the broken accounts camo swap can do. But this account can do both of that stuff. And the reason this one can be a broken accounts with camo swap and not be it and still save heaps of blueprints and everything is because before this account got broken to that point, I made sure that I had over 400 of these guns created. So I just sat here for ages saying duplicate, 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 until I got hundreds of them. Now that after that, I've got a broken account to work to do this camo swapping stuff, and whenever I'm at that limit and I want to save something for this account, I can come across to here and I can just come to some of these and say delete that, and then I can go along and I can come along to this thing and we can go along and save blueprints and stuff like that. So this account, this isn't my main, this is my alt. This one is a successful broken account, right? Because this one is broken, but it's broken in a good way that's fucking epic. We can do everything that you want to do from a broken account, but you can also use everything normally as well, which is awesome, right? Massive win, awesome W. But my other account, my main, it got broken on day 2 of the game releasing. I hadn't even created any blueprints at that point. I have none to delete, and it's fucked. There's the difference. So, yeah. I guess now that we've got this, are we at that limit again? We won't be. We could show you guys some of that. I don't really think I need to cover the broken account stuff there. I think we've pretty much covered most. Let's sue Activision. What's that for? Pull off blueprints in other game modes other than zombies and multiple. Now that we need is a way to pull blueprints in other game modes. There's only one other mode, and that's Warzone. But who plays Warzone these days? Warzone's dying. They're new, I think Season 2, they're barely even catering to Warzone, aren't they? I think I've seen something there. They've got hardly anything coming out for Warzone. I think that's because they themselves know that it's dying. Locked blueprints in Warzone. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem. Oh, I haven't looked at it because I can't play Warzone, so I don't notice. But, yeah. Is there a problem with locked stuff in Warzone? This is locked. That's a locked gun. I have never had any problem running this. I didn't know there was a problem in Warzone with locked weapons. Isn't it just the same as the other modes? Here we got this one, it's locked. What we could test, oh no, I can't on this. Doesn't have it. On my other account. Yeah, I'm not gonna find a game though. This is why I don't work with Warzone, guys. That other one was a one-off fluke that it found a game before. I don't know how that happened. It just doesn't happen. This is what it won't find a game. But that loads in. Is there a problem with equipping them? I don't know. I haven't tried. Duplicate. Delete that one. Equip that. I'm not going to find a match there. That's the problem. Warzone's dead in my region. You just can't find games there. It doesn't seem to work over in Warzone. I don't know. I haven't been touching Warzone for so long. I was unaware that it didn't work. Yeah, I'm not a Warzone player anymore. I don't know about Warzone, really, to be honest with you. It offers nothing for me. I can't find matches to test stuff or run tests in this mode. It's a dead mode for my servers, so yeah. It's too hard it takes too long for me to run tests and figure stuff out in this mode. I've kind of moved on from it because of that. Whereas here, I can just load into a match and I can run tests and try and figure stuff out, but Warzone... And the problem with Warzone is you only have that few seconds of the pre-lobby if you get the pre-lobby, and then after that you can't edit your classes. They stopped you being able to edit your classes mid-game and plunder and... Yeah, so it's just an annoyance for me trying to do stuff over there. There is a way in multiplayer and zombies only. You can't equip block blueprints and Warzone. Yeah, I don't know. See, it's weird too. Why do they stop things in some modes but not all modes, eh? Like, why have they... And all modes are so inconsistent. None of them do the same thing. Zombies, you can just use fucking everything. Multiplayer, it's in its own world. Then you've got Warzone. That seems to be in another world of its own too. Yeah, you probably live in the US or UK where the game is based there. But anywhere else in the world, it's dead. It might also be skill-based matchmaking. Maybe skill-based matchmaking, it just can't find fucking people to match me with. For whatever the skill-based matchmaking is trying to do. I have no idea. They've been proven to be way too overboard with all of that stuff. I wouldn't know what how they matchmake anymore. In the Middle East. Yeah, but I mean, you're probably getting matched with the UK or the Americans. What ping level are you getting games at? I mean, I'm in New Zealand, but they don't even have servers in New Zealand. So, they're not... Well, I'm not loading into New Zealand servers. I think our servers are over in Aussie, if we're lucky. Otherwise, we're everywhere else. Let's go. 100 to 200, yeah, you're definitely going almost halfway across the world with your server. $10 milliseconds. Do they have a server next door to you or something? I would never see a game on 10 milliseconds. Mind you, right now would be the peak for us to be able to find a game, because Australia is like 5 hours behind us and it's going on midnight for us. So all of the Australians will be peak gaming right now on their service. So right now would be the best time for me to be able to find a game. It would be the fastest you'll see. So if we find something now, this will be the fastest you'd find it. Inside voices. I want to see. I haven't tested whether it works in game. I equipped this because they said that they removed it and it wasn't here. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound fun. So you make it your favorite and then you go to the bundle. Oh, look, we found a game, but is it going to fill it? They equipped. And equipped it from the bundle. Boom. But whether it loads in game is going to be another story. I hate that this game automatically puts squad full on for you all the time. I never play with squad full. I use LAN cable. And your internet connection shouldn't really matter too much about your ping. Ping is distance to the server, isn't it? Your internet connection will be about your lag, but not your ping. You should still have the same ping whether you're on Wi-Fi or whether you're on LAN. But you'll have less packet loss, etc. Maybe 1 millisecond difference. That's how much I normally get, 10 or 20. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see this. Look, now it's looking, it won't find something below 37. If it does, we probably won't be able to fill that sort of game. It will find something that can't get filled. I get 25, yeah. That would be a dream. I mean, this is the peak right here. And this isn't when I'm normally trying to do stuff too. This is it's now 11:30 at night for me. So normally I'm trying to do this at the opposite time, 12 hours ago, which is when you literally can't find a game at my 9 o'clock in the daytime for me. You're not finding a single game. The game is dead, yeah. Unfortunate fact. There's 48 more players needed. Found a game, but it can't fill it. See if the shotgun loads in. Yeah. Yeah. Zombies last year was still fun. It was good. I mean, I got bored of it quite fast, but even with that, it was still tolerable to keep playing. Whereas this one is just on another level. Jumped on Delta Force. See, look at this. It's starting, and we've only got 38 players. Oh no, it's got 97. Hey, this is a full-on 97 game lobby. But we didn't get our shotgun. I got no classes set up to be able to actually play this game, guys.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
I don't play this. Is Delta Force... What is Delta Force? You're not the first person I've heard talk about that. Is that something new now, or...? This is just plunder, guys. It's not a battle royale game or nothing. I was just seeing whether or not I could even find a game, because normally I can't. I'm actually shocked.
Secure as much cash as you can. You are green to get greedy. Mark Mark a drop
But the other side of it, look, I can't even edit my classes or set it up in here. That's why did they make that? I remember back in Verdansk, we were able to alter and make changes during the game. Why did they take that out of Plunder? Like, isn't the point of Plunder to be able to figure out your guns? They see those sort of decisions are just silly for them. They're taking out the customization fun things just to be annoying. So that's not loading in. You can equip it, but it won't load in. Unfortunate. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this other cool thing. Actually, I'm on my main. Check this out. Watch this. I don't think we need to show it off here. I'm going to merge stuff. I think this only works in the menu. I'm not sure whether this will work in-game merged. Oh no, we can merge in-game. We can merge in-game easily. But I want to merge in menu, which is completely different to in-game merge. This is just a cool, different thing you might have seen somewhere, you may not have, and it might just trip you out. You'll be like, whoa, what the heck? That looks cool. It's completely useless, but it's cool. Just like a lot of other visual glitches. Okay, so. Fucking menu. Why did it go to firing range? It's so badly set up. It's hard to get around and navigate sometimes. Okay, so what we want to do is come across to our assault rifles. Modern Warfare 2's, the ball, right? We want to come across to this gun here, and we want to equip this. Then we want to make a change to it. Be this, right? Put that on it. Just like that. And then we want to come across and come in, and we want to select this. Then we've just merged them. Is that cool? We've just merged the two blueprints. Like, that's pretty cool, eh? Like, it's completely useless, and it doesn't load in game like that, but it actually looks cool, and it looks cool in the menus too, because it looks like this. So for the other people that will see you holding a different type of gun that's merged, two different blueprints merged, it's just a cool thing, eh? I mean, hey, people that like glitches like these sort of things, you know. And this is something else, but I just thought it was cool when I run into it. Yeah, you can do this with any gun. But I mean, it just shows off really well on this gun here. That's cool. Yeah, I thought it was cool too. It sucks that you can't load in game with it, but it's still a cool thing. So let's try and create another one here. We'll come to the XM4. We'll get this thing here. We got that. Then we want to go along and say create new on this. Nope, it didn't work for that one. Boom, this one. We want a fire barrel on that, so maybe that's how I got the gumball ballistic M4 suppressor. That how I, yeah, it will be. because it was like this. Because I've done it with this thing before. Maybe it didn't work in multiplayer and it was only in Warzone? I think it also has to do with the conversions. Wait, so if we come to snipers, what has a conversion? Does MCPR have conversion kit? I swear I did it on zombies. Yeah, I think it's more just about the conversions. No, it didn't. It might not have been about the conversions. Oh, I know what it is. So we'll put this one in. Go like this. Make a change, whatever. This here. Alright. Now see, it's got the suppressor on it like you said. Then we come into here and we select one that doesn't have a suppressor on it. Or anything on the end. What doesn't have a barrel? This? Does this have a barrel on the end? It does not have the suppressor. Oh, I didn't get the suppressor. I gotta start from this way then. Grab this one. Yeah, see, I found it's really consistent if it's off something with a mod. See how this thing here has the mods on it? So if we come to this one and I show you, I hate this menu system. So many different buttons to do different stuff instead of it just being normal. Oh, yeah, how do I get back to it? Here, how do I view the preview weapon? Yeah, see how it's got the... No, this one doesn't have... Yeah, it's got the aftermarket part on it. I think it's the aftermarket part that we can stack over. So things that have aftermarket parts. So hang on, what else has an aftermarket part? There's an STB. There's an ISO. M4. M4 has one A. Does it have an aftermarket part on a variant though? The variant needs to have the aftermarket part, I think. Buddy, press the wrong button and it does dumb shit. Need one that has aftermarket parts on it. I think a sniper did, didn't it? M16. Yeah, but it's whether or not I have a blueprint with it on. And that's just where this game's getting stupid and why our videos really get no views, because no one can really make use of them anymore. There's just too much shit in this fucking game. Nobody is in the situation of somebody else. I'll show you something that needs these blueprints. Fuck, there's only going to be 5 people in the world with that situation. They've got 2 million fucking guns in this game now. Get rid of them all. We only need like 10 total. aftermarket parts and all of this stuff. I can't even think what has that stuff. I think the STB had one. Stuff. M13. I just want to understand. Yeah. I can't even think off the top of my head what gun has aftermarket parts. Like, actually, I can't even think of a gun. It's just too many, man. It's too hard to think. Okay, this does. MCW has. So... is this running an aftermarket part? No. Man. MTZ? Is that running aftermarket part? What is? Look and use blueprint, the gold and black one. Look and use blueprint. What? That's the first MCW. Okay. We got that. But that's nothing visual that's really cool for us to merge, so that's kind of pointless. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's the point of merging that when there's nothing there to merge? That's the other side of it. We can, but the situation's gonna not be there. See, so that's just merged the conversion off the other one onto that one, eh? So it's got that one's conversion merged onto what? Onto that. So that gun's merged with the other one into that. What's given it like a purple thing. See, it's the conversions, the aftermarkets. If it's got an aftermarket, you can merge. So I think this has aftermarket, so is this aftermarket? I think it is. Something here is. This aftermarket? Aftermarket. Okay, so that can. So we come to the BP50. This here. We can merge this one's aftermarket. See, so it's all about the aftermarket. So make a change to this. Then we come in and we select another one. So this. And then it's merged the two together. And it's created some Frankenstein merged together with aftermarket, cool looking, Frankensteining looking gun. Which, I don't know, I just like that sort of stuff. I like trying to create something different that someone else would see and they'll be like, what the fuck even is that gun? What is he even running? Huh? My gun doesn't look like that. So there it is there. As long as you got a conversion, you can try and do it from. You'll be able to pull yourself some sort of funny looking guns. What else have we got that's got a conversion? Oh, here we go. This should work. We should have a cool conversions here. Holger. Here we go. This one. This should look cool. So if we get this and we merge this, with this, we get a fucking knife. Oh, there we go. We get that. Okay, that wasn't what I wanted to get. We want one that doesn't have a mag on it. Have I got any blueprints here with no mag? Oosh. There we go. Now we get that cool mag on it. Stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty cool. So we're getting in there. As long as it's got a conversion and stuff, you'll be able to merge and stuff. What else have we got? None of those have conversion that I know about. Oh, the Bruin. That has a conversion, doesn't it? There we go. So we've got that. Is that conversion? No. Icon has a conversion, that's for sure. So we grab that. That's got conversion kit on it, doesn't it? No? Oosh, we got the stock onto it. We got a cool ammo onto it and stuff, so we're merging and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just cool. Create some cool Frankenstein guns, really. Which otherwise, without it, you wouldn't be able to create. I think you can do that already by changing the attachment and edit more options. Bro, nope. Nope, nope. Look. If I was to come into here, how would I select that stock? Do you get what I'm saying now? How would I put that stock onto the skin? There's no option to select the skin. That stock's off the other variant. Same with that magazine. How would have I equipped that magazine onto here? And with those fire bullets. But does it actually have the fire bullets? Yes. Hey, they all work in game. What? So it's working merged too. Again, I don't know whether it will work merged in game. I guess I can only tell by going in. But I think from my testing it didn't work in game, but we can have a look. We'll have a look. In game, this should not have those traces, otherwise we've merged it properly. So, the stream, we've gone over quite a lot of stuff. I've shown you guys a whole heap of stuff. It's hard to kind of put it into one brief description of a little title of a thing. So, but in brief, we've done a lot of things. We've been pulling blueprints, camo swapping in many different ways, blueprint swapping, blueprint merging, using locked camos. I mean, it's at that point where if you want to do it, you probably can. There's a way. If there's something you want to do.
Will be deployed
I don't know how this is going to load in as.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Yeah, see? The stuff that's not from this thing, so that's stock and the ammo and that, didn't load in game. It's only visual for the menus and for firing range, which sucks, but that's just what it is. And in zombies, you have no problem using anything. I wish they would just leave all modes like in zombies, where you have no problem using anything. You can run the camos, you can run everything. When you guys are duping, run your dupes and stuff. Don't touch them after you dupe them if you're wanting to, I guess, other profiles being too dominant. I don't think I'll be able to show you guys. See how this has Dragon's Breath and everything? My other profile's being too dominant. It's not going to play ball. It's not going to do it. Way too dominant right now. Profile's like, nope. So we'll bring it in anyway. We will back out. And then back in with that one. Yeah. Then come in. And did it dupe it over? It tried. Okay. This account is being so dominant, it's even resisting it when it thing. But hey, at least we got that far with that one because it's so dominant. At least it's trying to put it over now. So now we'll close down. That's a bit more progress with that account. Remember, if the people that were around earlier, this account is the one that's been the dominant one and it's not allowing us to dupe to it. It will only dupe from it. It's no longer dominant. See how it didn't do that flashing thing? Now we can dupe to this one. See, guys? I told you guys. It's just that almost, if it's doing it, come back a bit later, give it a couple hours, come back and it will just fix itself and stop being dominant, or it'll become dominant. I don't know the causes, guys, but hey, now this one's not dominant and this one will be able to be duped to this time. So now, all we got to do is we want to set this one up to receive the dupe. So we want to come into here. I just want to duplicate something and equip the duplicate like this, right? Then come out of here. Come over to multiplayer. And then go in and remove that duplicate that we just made and equipped. So say delete. Right? Then we want to bring in player 2, the one that we're going to be duping from. Player 1 back out of the screen. With player 2, we want to come into zombies and then go to the weapons tab with player 2. And there is player 2's loadout. Back out and go in with player 1. And there it is. Player 2's loadout's duped over. Duping's that easy. See, guys, how it was having that much trouble? It's all about that little flashing thing at the start when you log in, and you just need to know, be able to recognize that and recognize whether or not that profile is the dominant profile. As I just proved here, if you don't get it, it will work perfect for you. If you get that, that profile that gets that is going to be the dominant one, and that stuff is going to dupe to any profile no matter what, as long as it's doing that. Okay, so like you've seen here, we've just duped over to this, right? Now this profile could run this like this, and as long as it doesn't touch this, it would run this perfectly be able to use this in zombies with the dragon's breath and everything, right? But say we were trying to dupe for multiplayer to do all of our camo swapping and all the stuff we've been doing over in multiplayer. We're using this point here to dupe and create the saves with the camos. So we'd come into here and we'd make a change, right? So we'd make a change to it. Any change, it does not matter. Just make a simple change to it to make it turn it into a blueprint. So now that this profile will get this as a saved blueprint, right? So now it's got that as a blueprint. Simple as, easy as. Now, I'm going to show you guys how we can do multiple guns now. So once I've done this, because this one is we're set up, and I talked earlier about once you get this set up, you're able to just keep doing it. Well, now we're at that point, right? So this is the one that's receiving. The player 2 is the one that's doing it all, right? Has access to everything. So player 1 is the one receiving. Player 1, we're now, after we've saved that as a blueprint, we want to set up to be able to get another dupe, right? So we'll come across to that C9 again. We'll say duplicate. And then we'll equip that, right? That's just making it so that this slot is going to be acceptable to the next dupe we're going to put in, right? Once we've got that there, we're going to set up player 2 with the gun that we want to duplicate over and create. So we need to go along and create a gun with the camo on it of the gun that we want to save. So for this video, we're going to create an XM4 with Nebula on it, right? And we want to create an XM4 with Nebula. So I'll come over to my sniper that's got Nebula on it. I'll say duplicate of that and get that so I can create it. Come across to assault rifles, to here, and we're going to do it, make sure we do it on a base gun so that we don't create blueprints of anything. Wipe all the attachments off this gun so that we've got it like this. Put something to it. And then this gun is the gun we're going to dupe, right? So this is, we've just set this up to be able to take the dupe over from this one. This is player 2, the one we're duping from. Now, with controller 1, player 1, we can back out of this stuff and right out of here and into multiplayer, so that we can go through and with player 1 delete that C9 that we equipped before, right? So we made this duplicate. We'll just delete this. And then with that same controller, player 1, we're coming back out of here. And then at this point here, we get player 2. We go into zombies with player 2 and into the weapons tab with player 2. Just like this. Then we can look, it's turned that into a blueprint. That was a base gun before, but somehow it's decided that now it's a blueprint. So you can use this to blueprint swap and all sorts too, guys, and all sorts. There's just so much depth to this stuff. But yeah, now we've got this gun over here with this, right? Now, all we want to do for this one is, because that's all we're trying to do is get this over here, we can make a change, and now we can save this gun here on this profile with the camo on it, right? So you can just keep going over and going over and going around. At this point here, we'd just rinse and repeat. We would come back, we would be going along, duplicating, equip the dupe. Then with player 2, we'd go on and put in another gun that we want to dupe over, go to multiplayer, delete the dupe, come back to here, and then rinse and repeat those steps over and over again until you've got all your guns saved with all your different camos that you're trying to get, right? Then you'll end up over here and you'll have your multiplayer with all sorts of different guns with the different camos that are saved on them, right? So when we're over here, we now have Nebula on this gun here, right? Then we've got, and you'll do it to all your guns. So this gun here has our other camo on it, and that's how you'll get that done. But ideally you'll want to put the same gun with all your different selection of camos on that same gun, and they make sure that they are on a base gun, not the variants, okay? This is another good thing that you need to do, because if you make it a variant that you do not own, you'll have problems with it getting padlocks on it, and you cannot equip it when you're in game. So for that reason, if you're doing this stuff here and with this part, make sure it's onto a base gun. So now I've just taught you how to create off other accounts. Obviously you need to get an account that has the ability to get the camos onto it, and then you can pull it from those accounts and create blueprints on your alts or onto your accounts like you see here, right? So now you can create these. Now let's finally just quickly recover what to do with those once you've created them. Gosh, this is so deep. if you can, help me out. Smash that like button for me, as it helps the stream get the traction. So people that need to see this stuff can see this stuff and will get notified of it. So we just created that XM4, right? Now, if we were to go along and just try and equip it into here, it would just mess our classes up, right? It would just cause our classes to start being messed up and always going back to other ones, and you'll just end up giving yourself a headache. Don't equip guns into here that you don't own, or have anything equipped onto them that you don't own, because you're just literally just going to cause yourself a headache with stuff wiping. You'll put a gun into the class and then you'll come out of here. Then when you go back into the class is a different class, and it creates headaches. And if that's happening to you, I would highly suggest that you just delete all those classes and get rid of them from that. You only equipped all of the stuff and you do all the equipping when you're in game. Hey Braden, appreciate you, my friend. Legend. Legendary. Like milk. Legendary.
Fuck, bro, he's a shit.
So we've just created that XM4. Now again, the very first thing we do when we get into game, if we want to run that XM4 with that camo, is we equip that XM4 with that camo on it, okay? You will see what I'm talking about. So, first thing here, my loadout pops up. I press X to edit the loadout, and I go across, and we'll put down the XM4. Right? The one with the nebula on it. We can come across to here, and we put this one on, right? Come across. Now, we should have both of them. Ah, because I selected the nebula one first. Hang on, what class are we on? See, it's being weird. Because I selected the other one secondary. See, this is where sometimes it can just be a headache to you. So I would not suggest to do try and do two. You can do two. It's just can be annoying sometimes. That's all there is really to say there, really. But yeah, I tried to show you guys two, but yeah, we'll start off with one at a time because I'm just going to overcomplicate it by showing you guys two. You can do two as well and set both your classes up, but I'll start off with showing you guys one at the moment. Is it possible to save the blueprints that you pull from the camo swap glitch? Yes, but there's no point, because if you save a blueprint that you don't own, it ends up with a padlock and you can't equip it later. So for that reason, you just end up with heaps of guns like this that are dead space you can't equip. So I wouldn't recommend doing it. You can save them and then you can equip them for zombies and stuff. Like I can use, so actually, so that's a lie. So you kind of can use them, I guess. I don't know whether you can use them as your secondary in here though. Hang on, let me just check this. If I'm to put it in my knife slot. Hang on, let me just try this out. I'm just going to I'll test something else for you. So we'll put this here, right? In the knife slot. Then we'll come over to private match. You might be able to load in your unowned stuff into your, if you use them in your knife slot. Hang on, let me just check that and confirm that for you. Come into here, delete this. No, delete, thank you, game. Yeah. Now we come across to something that's locked. This here. Duplicate and equip that. Okay, let's go see if that's lets us keep that in the knife slot. It might. It didn't. It didn't put it there. Wait, why didn't it put it there? Let me just have a look at this first. Knife duplicate, equip that. That's still got knife duplicate? Yes, it does. Private match. Why does it do that? I hate how it just kicks you out of your loadouts and all this sort of dumb shit. They've made this UI so bad. Delete that. Now we want to come across to here, and I'm just going to start off with something we actually have. And we're allowed to equip. Can you show me what gun it is? Thank you. There we go. Did we equip that one? Yep. So then we go like this, we equip this, and hopefully that puts that into the knife slot if it's still working. I haven't tried to do this for so long. Okay, so is it, did they fix that stuff doing that stuff? Hang on, let me test that. When did, and if they did, when did they fix that? Did I miss that? I've been over on PoE 2 for a while, guys. So did they stop the stuff going in here? Okay. Knife, this, duplicate, equipped, right? Multiplayer. Delete that. Duplicate that. Equipped. Now, is that in my knife slot over in zombies? Or did they patch that actually putting it there? Which is interesting. Because they have no reason to stop that putting it there. Ah, when did they patch that, guys? Does anyone know? When did that get patched? I didn't even know about that getting patched. When did they do that? Okay. Wait, or did they only patch half of it? If I go duplicate of this one and equip this, fine, private match, did they patch it out completely? Took them long enough. Why did they take so long? Delete. Duplicate. Equipped. No, that's there. They didn't patch it out. It's still working. Okay. So, did they just patch out the knife slot? Damn it, because that's what I was just going to use for what we were trying to do. So it sucks that they just I guess that's going to ruin up that new idea I just had. If we can't use that slot. I guess I'll have to test those ideas out later on, I guess. Maybe in the next season I'll test them out a bit more. If I can get it Yeah, I have to play with that a lot more. My mind's too tired to come up with some solutions for that right now. Ready for Season 2 glitches? I don't really know, to be honest with you guys. Like, what's coming in Season 2? I mean, I'm ready for a lot of this glitching. So I can't wait for Season 2 to drop solely so that I can go along and see what new blueprints there are, unreleased blueprints and all of those cool stuff, because some of the blueprint side of things in this game is really cool and interesting. So the fact that we can pull the blueprints before they're released is something cool, and being able to see stuff before everybody else, those side of cool side of things that I like that side of stuff with the glitching of it, so that's cool. So I'm excited for the first day of Season 2, because in Season 2 we get access, they add all of the blueprints for that season get added into the game, and from that point I'm able to pull them, and it gets more interesting for me to be able to see all the new stuff that's been added before it even comes out. Just, I don't know, it's a cool little gimmick of a glitcher, I guess, that we like. Another reason, so I guess you got your glitches that you like. Can you explain the blueprint again? I'm confused. The blueprint, I'm not sure what you're asking me there. You mean how to blueprint swap in multiplayer? And with or without broken accounts? I mean, the glitch, sorry, it's just, yeah. You might have to just go back and watch the whole stream. You'll realize that there's no that glitch. That's where we're at with this. It's way too deep. This glitch is probably 20 glitches, but yeah, and where do you start with it, and what point do you want to focus on? It can do too many different, it's so deep. It depends really on what you have, on how you're trying to use it, and what point of it you're trying to use. Yeah. That's where this one's getting to right now. So here, I'll put this in, we'll load in game. It's too much, so deep. Yeah. It's too much if you're trying to take it all on as one, you know. I would highly suggest you guys just take a piece of it, pick a piece that you like, and try and figure out and work with just that little bit and investigate that little bit, and you'll have some fun. Like, this glitch is really fun to work with, and it's really fun to try and work out and play around with blueprint pulling. But I mean, if you find that stuff fun, I find it fun. I think you have to use the drill instead of knife, but when you go into zombies, you have your fist only in that slot. I wasn't trying to make it load in game. I was trying to do something different. I wasn't trying to do meal quick. I was just trying to use that glitch to accommodate doing something else that I was trying to do, which I'll look into further, but yeah, it's just upcoming stuff that I'm trying to work on. That's where this gets really deep, that where a lot of the stuff I'm doing, it's almost too deep to be able to explain a lot of it unless I actually really achieve something out of it. Hey, see, how did my knife end up here? How did I end up with a knife there? See, that's not what I was trying to do. But somehow I've got the knife as my primary. Where I wanted the primary in my knife slot, not my knife in my primary slot. What the fuck?
Team deathmatch.
Fucking hell.
Basement windows open. Go, go, go!
Let's show you guys this camo swapping, right? Oh no, that's swapping stuff. So we've got this blueprint, right? This is the blueprint. You can choose whatever blueprint you want to start it from, right? So whether it's this here, right? Got your starting blueprint, right? Then you go along and you need to select the gun that has a camo on it. That's a locked camo. So for us, it's Nebula. We don't have Nebula unlocked, right? We go to select that gun and it won't keep that gun in your hand. It goes back to your other gun. Then a second time you go along and you'll select the next. Now, if you want a camo swap onto the gun we're holding right there, I'll select another variant of that same weapon like this. We select the sniper, so I select this one and it will go like that and it will camo swap onto that same gun, and now we put that gun onto it, right? But if we don't want a camo swap onto that same gun and we want a variant pull, we go along and we select a different gun. Now, for this, because I've done the stuff with these ones that have the Nebula on them and they're causing that resetting and it's not pulling the gun, now after I've done that once, I can just go along and select new and it will pull a variant of the gun. So now, skill-based matchmaking here, guys. Hey, dude. This old man, it's got crazy good skill-based matchmaking because I've been doing this only. And now if we go along here, we can just pull variants, right? And these are all the variants based off that thing that we first done. So we can just go along and I can just go along and pull any variant of anything. So maybe even a launcher. So we got cool launcher and all of that stuff, right? Now, if it doesn't have a variant for that one that you're pulling, then you won't see a variant. But, hey, it might be a variant next season. But you just go along and you can just pull the variants. Now, you can pull variants with camos as well. So, see, I'm going to pull a variant of this AK, but with a camo on it. The KSV, yep, we can pull the KSV, variants of the KSV. See, so I've just pulled a variant of this gun, but it's got a camo on it because I selected a blueprint. It's not a blueprint. I selected from a custom save that had a camo on it, right? So I've blueprint swapped onto this custom save that already had a camo on it. So I've merged the camo onto a brand new blueprint, right? So there's so much different stuff you can do with this glitch. It gets to the point of it's so deep, it's hard to summarize it down into one small thing because there's just so many different ways you can, and variants and different ways you can use this, that it's kind of overwhelming almost to someone that's new to it. Are they savable? These ones? Nah, we're not saving them here. If I'm... When did you seen when I was doing the dupe over from my main and I duped over and I said it pulled the variant in the menus when I was doing the dupe and the zombies? If you do the variant swapping and stuff in the menu system, when you're doing in the zombies menu system, those ones are savable, okay? But the problem again is if you save something, you're going to run into this problem where you can't equip it. So yes, they are savable. This one here I saved, right? I've pulled this variant doing this on this one, and once I got to the menu, it was still there and I saved it, right? Well, now I can't equip it. So saving guns is pointless. You can't equip them if you save them. So the only way to use them is this way. So you want to pull them in the matches, like this, and then you can go around and run. Comes with the traces, all sorts. Now, if you have a camo on it, you're going to have trouble when you get back to the menus. That's obviously going to wipe the class out. Now, that's where you're going to run into problems because you're running camos, okay? So if you want to keep your guns in the classes and stuff like that, you're going to have to make sure you're not running guns with camos and stuff like that. See, that's going to throw you, probably be confusing to you because you're going to be like, but B-Man, you're doing this with guns with camos. What are you on about? Yeah, I understand. Fuck. Me trying to find the right way to explain it's probably the biggest challenge for me. All I can do is hope that you guys can figure it out from what I'm showing you. So this time I'm going to pull a blueprint, and we should keep the blueprint there. This game might have the most confusing glitches. Cold War, dupe, and yeah, yes. I think that's just the way the COD's going. They're just adding so much to the game where it's 10 times overly complicated to where even the glitches are overcomplicated. Everything about this game is overcomplicated, even where it's broken. I mean, you need a PhD in gunsmithing just to be able to run the meta class every week in this game. Like, let's be real. I don't even try to keep up with the current metas and stuff of this gunsmith of this game. I don't even level my guns up to bother with what attachments you should be running. Stop trying. No. This is my alt, and I don't spend money on this alt, so this is the only blueprints I have to pull from on this profile. Whatever blueprints you have to pull from, you can pull blueprints from. So, go to Tanto, it won't pull it. Then we'll say go to the Exum. See what happens. See, we got that. So we've just pulled the gun, this one, right? And now in the menu system, it's this one. This is how it's weird. But when we go back in game, it should still be that other one. You guys make sense of this. And then you guys try and make sense of this for a tutorial. Gumball ballistics just turned into something completely different, and also it's... Glitch the Supreme. Ah, do not do that stuff. Don't put any Modern Warfare. Yeah, be very careful trying to do that stuff. What you will end up doing is bricking your account where you end up stuck on a constant load. You won't be able to get access multiplayer until you remove that, and you have to know what you're doing to be able to remove it out of there without accessing the loadouts, which I'm not even going to bother trying to explain that. To the point where I'd just say don't do that. You run a high risk of bricking your account, not being able to access multiplayer, unless you know how to undo it, and then by all means go for it, have fun. Every button you press while doing the glitch. At this point of this glitch, it's more or less, it's not really about a button input. It's more or less of now you... Why is my playlist Subsonic saying -1? It's more at this point, I'm no longer at that point where I'm teaching you a step-by-step. I've told you, it's more or less you're trying to get an understanding of how this glitch works, and then you're just reacting accordingly to it, if you understand. It's not an input one, this one. Yeah, I have a lot of fun trying to pull these blueprints. See, now as you've seen in menu, this was not the Gumball Ballistics, but when we're in game, it's still the Gumball Ballistics, and you see how it remains between games and stuff like that. As long as you don't have camos that you don't have unlocked on the guns and your classes won't wipe and stuff. You'll be able to keep them between games and all sorts. It's only the camo side of things that's making stuff get wiped and not last between games. You can pull blueprints, they'll have their full mastercraft and specs and everything, and when you pull blueprints I showed earlier, you can complete them and everything and all sorts. So it's all about how you as a person want to use this glitch and what you're trying to achieve. Whether or not you're trying to get a full classes, all your loadouts, full classes with different guns, unreleased guns and stuff like that, it's possible. You can do that. Whether or not you're trying to just use Nebula camo on your best gun, it's possible. You can do that. Whether or not you're trying to camo swap on, you want to suddenly, I don't know, I want Nebula on this gun right here, so I'm going to go along and do other stuff, right? It's possible. You can. It's all about just use it, whatever works for you, I guess. All I can do is show you guys the base of how it all works, and then you guys go along and use it to how it works. But as you've seen here, this gun here shows us this gun in the menus, but in game it's the Gumball Ballistics, right? Now if I'm to save this, I save it as that gun, right? So you can save that. We just pulled that gun, we've saved that blueprint, but then again I'm still getting to that point of you're just saving a blueprint with a padlock. Don't waste your time. Don't bother about the saving side of things. Just pull guns when you're in game. Have fun pulling new stuff. See what you can get. Mix and match stuff. Because you don't also, when you're doing this, you're not also locked to just having a boring blueprint as it comes. You might create something that way better than you thought existed, because we don't have the ability to mix and match blueprints legit anymore. They removed the ability. So the only way to mix this blueprint here with the Gumball blueprint is to do some glitching in game. So yeah, we'll show you some of that. Why not? I don't know if this profile will put to it. Do it on my main. Might as well end the stream with that. You guys got any questions? Now will be the time to ask them before the stream ends, so I can cover it. I think I've covered everything I need to cover in this. I've covered all the bases of it. It's just so deep, it's hard to cover everything without over confusing and over complicating it. I need a fast XP method to level up. I just got a new bo6 account. Zombie method requires a lot. Nah, zombie method doesn't require a lot. What are you talking about? Just go to the lion sword. If you have access to anybody that can dupe, that has the augments and all of that stuff, you can dupe them over. I've shown how to dupe. You can dupe augments and everything. So you can have yourself a level 1 account with Dragon's Breath shotgun out there, all the attachments running and everything. So you can have this full class here. You could have Ether Shroud, this full class going with all of these augments and everything on a level 1 account without even having augments or loadouts or anything unlocked, working in game and everything. I've got a video on that in tutorial form where I show you guys how to do that. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch that. I literally take a level 1 account and run it through. Am I doing a tutorial? In next season, when the season drops, I might look at working on all of this stuff in tutorial form. But at this stage, my views are way too low for me to invest the amount that needs to go into trying to make this into a tutorial this season. Especially at this point of the season, no one's searching for glitches. So maybe next season. So that's why I'm just going live for you guys, that for my community itself that are active, they're still able to catch the stream and be able to do all these glitches. It's just that for my videos and the tutorials, I have a standard of trying to make them a certain clarity, and this right now is not at my tutorial standard, you know. So there's a level where I'll stream it and while I'm trying to work it out and everything, but I don't want to make a video unless what I tell you is going to work for you. And that's where I've kind of struggled with these videos for these menu dupes and that with this game, is because sometimes they don't work like that, and that's not how I like to make my videos. I like, when I make a video, I like it to, when I tell you that this is what's going to happen, when you press this button, this is going to happen. I like the video to be true and that exactly happened. But with this game, I can make a video and do the thing 20 times and then go to record the video saying and knowing exactly this is exactly what's happened to me every time, and then the time of recording it doesn't happen, and then it just throws off me whole making the video, and I'm like, well, no, I can't make that video saying that because one time it didn't happen. And at the moment, with this being so inconsistent, I don't like the inconsistencies. I'm fussy. And I don't know whether I'll get it to the point where I can get rid of all the inconsistencies. So if without getting rid of the inconsistencies, I don't know how good of a video I'll be able to make on it. It'll just become a whole lot of confusion, and who's that going to help? You know what I mean? So I don't know. At least when on a stream, if there's something that's confusing, you guys are able to comment and ask a question, and I can then go back and retouch on something. That's why I'm doing it in the stream form, because that way I'm able to try to kind of communicate with you guys. If I didn't say something right, you guys can ask a question. I'll just go back and recover that, retouch it. But in a video form, there's none of that. If I didn't say it right and you guys got confused, you're just stuck confused. So I have to be so much more fussy on how I explain stuff on videos. Yeah. So the video's just there. There's a lot of time in the background of all the other stuff there before I make a video. They don't just come out. I think I've covered everything I needed to cover for this. So I just really wanted to get all this covered for my community so that you guys knew all of this was possible, and the big thing, that it's all possible without broken accounts. You don't need the broken account to be able to do the camo swapping and blueprint pulling and all of that stuff in multiplayer. That was mainly the main thing. If you guys take anything away from today's stream, that was what I wanted to get out, is that you can camo swap and all of that stuff without needing a broken account. Yeah. What else was I showing? I don't know why I'm on my main. Too tired. It's going on 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. I'm going to end the stream here. Oh, I think I've covered everything. So pretty much anybody should be able to go back and skip through the stream and be able to find answers to anything that they're struggling with. Should be able to now go out there, pull blueprints, should be able to use camos, nebula, all of that stuff, and hopefully everyone should not be having any trouble with anything in Warzone. What was I for a reason? Oh yeah, that's right. I come into my main to show you guys this. See, so it's all about how you want to use the glitch. On my main, I use it. I can't save blueprints, but as I say, you don't need to save blueprints. You can just store them in your classes. So all of these guns here unreleased, or when they got here, they were unreleased at the time. I just done this so much long ago at the start of the season, and I pulled all of these variants at the start of the season, and they just remain in my class. So I'm able to go in game and use them. Now, when I'm in game, those are not the guns that you're seeing. So what you're seeing there is not what they are. They're actually different guns in game. So like this here is the Christmas variant when it's in game, just like how you've seen before. I don't know why it shows a completely different variant in the menus to what loads in game. I mean, can any of you guys make sense on that? So my tip for you guys is that they're wanting to save variants, don't save variants, just store them in your classes here. Now you can complete them before you finish the game. So I'll show you here what I mean by that is you take note of the what attachments complete the I'm tired. I can't really explain that much. I've actually got videos that explain all of that, so I'm not even gonna try and explain that right here. When I'm this tired now, I'm just going on tired, I'm just gonna make a mess of trying to explain it. Happening. Match is about to begin, but it's not beginning. Yeah, they focus on the wrong things in this COD. Look at the pony walking behind us and everything. Those all work. Yeah, see? Completely different guns that they actually load as and when they load in game. They're not the guns they were just before in the menu system. I mean, I don't know why, but that's just how you store the guns. You just store them in here instead. Instead of saving them. And just keep them in here. Just if you put a camo onto them, if you're camoing them, then obviously you're going to have problems with your stuff getting wiped and all the time because camos cause that. But yeah, go back in the stream for the camo side of things, and yeah, if you want camos, I guess you just got to accept that you're going to have to equip the gun with the camo every single game. But if you don't want camos and you just want blueprints and stuff like that, well then you can do that and they'll stay. But yeah, simple as, easy as, guys. So you guys got the duplication, and well, pretty much we've covered all there is to cover in the menus for the season, and we're ready, waiting for season 2, and we'll get in, and hopefully, well, I'll catch you guys all on season 2. I doubt that there'll be much. Probably won't be uploading much before then, and I'll go live on season 2 and test the glitches then. So with that said, keep being awesome, and we'll catch you guys all then. BMAN out. Thank you guys all for stopping in. Appreciate you all.